is the one, the only, the Comic Relief Crusader. Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, not quite the beginning of the week because nobody loves Mondays, and therefore Tuesdays must be more appreciated than a Monday. I am your host, the Comic Relief Crusader, here on the 25th Enter the Geekosphere. Wow, number 25. I have done 25 live streams. This is nice. This is rather surreal that I've gone on for so long and have totally not killed myself in the stress of everything that's going on. But tonight we got a pretty darn tootin' good show there lined up tonight, because today is going to be a love letter. Yes, but I haven't gone, the other team, let's put it that way. So, because that would just be odd and a bit suspect, I think. So, so tonight we're going to be inviting a whole bunch of guests, some of which may show up a little later. But right now, we're going to introduce our first guest and add him on to the stream for the very first time. We have Mr. Ryan Roger Athay. Good evening, my dear sir.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Don't worry, folks. I will show my face. I just wanted to point out the reason why I said it's blooper time, because on the StreamYard's end, we've been live for nearly 4 minutes, but on the YouTube end, we've only been live for just over 2 minutes right now. So,
Exactly.
yeah, StreamYard is a bitch, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, but hopefully you all enjoy this great show. I've had the Comic Relief Crusader on Reality Based. We were dodging quite a few mines on that stream, but we will be having him back as a guest.
We made it
for
work
himself to go through your origin story. Let's slightly move this camera. I haven't been on camera for a bit of a while, apart from the last video. It had been a good few days. I was using something called Clipchamp, which has replaced Microsoft Movie Maker. So hopefully you all enjoyed those. It's much easier to read scripts when you're using Audacity.
I suppose it is. Oh my god. Well, let's see. No, it's great to have you here, man. Because a few weeks ago, oh god, I think it was like probably the beginning of January. Just talking about what movies were coming up in the new year and whatnot, and I totally missed out on Cocaine Bear so far, and that was on my wife's birthday. I know, right? Such a shame on me. But I had on just a few people off the cuff, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's invite a bunch of people for the 25th show of this. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why you're here. And so whether it's certifiable insanity or just sometimes crazy works, I'm glad to have you here.
And that is one of the endings you can have as a creator, folks, because being a content creator or a live streamer can drive you insane. I have seen that on my short journey so far as a creator. There have been live streamers especially who have gone insane and have gone absolutely mad while on a stream. And everyone, not feeling sorry, we're just laughing away, because entertainment comes in all sorts. If you can't stand the heat, folks, get out of the kitchen. If the lights are too bright, or if the light's too bright, get off the stage. Yep. And, it just goes to show that not everyone can be a creator, but everyone can be, but it could drive you insane. But on the plus side, people will laugh at you. It's hard to give people advice and tips, Michael, which is what I'm going to call you, because CRC seems a bit informal. But
Meh.
well, I will say, Michael, that there is no rule book in being a creator. That's why I'm trying my best to write down the do's and don'ts.
Oh. So what you're saying is you're going to have a I don't want to say rule book because then that sounds like, it's in cement or something like that. So a guidebook. Let's put it that way. A
Mm.
guidebook.
Mm.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Um
Rule
so
number
okay.
one: don't flash on stream.
God.
You'd be amazed how
Ugh.
many crazy creators, Michael, actually do break that guide rule.
Oh God, I'm glad I never have come across that yet. So, because now it's reminding me of that old Monty Python song, the penis song, and they'll throw you in the dock, and you won't come back. So, thank you very much.
What's
So,
Monty Python? I'm 23 years old.
oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm dating myself now. So this old fossil just goes on. So.
Mm.
And it's kind of curious how this kind of all worked out because on the on my 25th live show,
Mhm.
it falls on the same week as my birthday, which just happens to
Oh.
be this Saturday, right? So yeah, I'm going to be the ripe old aged age of 51. So hooray for me.
Mm.
Yay. So but usually, as we start off each show lately, let's see, we're going to look at some funny news of the week that I happen to come
Mm.
across. Yes, so this might tickle your fancy for everyone out there in the YouTube sphere. Here we go from the Guardian. Hate body odor. Hate, hate body odor. You're more likely to have right wing views.
Mm. In other words,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, commie bastards are smelly bastards.
Yes.
Mm.
So,
This guy gets the reference. He's a Cold War baby. He knows what the Soviet Union is.
that's
I hope
right.
most of his audience do too.
Well, I think pretty much so far everybody in this audience is slightly of like-mindedness. So,
Mm. Where were you when
yeah.
the Berlin Wall fell, Michael?
I was, let me see. So that was like early 90s, 91, I believe it was.
It
Or
was
was it?
October of 1989, but still.
Oh, 89. Oh, see, yeah, there the memory just goes, once
Mm.
you hit a certain age now, I suppose. Let's see. I was in New Brunswick
Oh.
in yes, where I used to live, a small little town called St. Andrews, which was about 20 minutes from the US border of Calais, Maine. And yeah, well, the weird thing is in Germany,
Mhm.
I have relatives in Germany and went over to visit them in 1980, and I actually got to see the wall at that time,
Mm.
and seeing the guard outposts and whatnot, and woo, yeah, wow, we can only get
Mm.
so close. Let's put it that way.
That's real border security, folks. If
Yeah,
there's one
exactly.
thing the commies knew how to do, it was build a wall.
That's
So,
right.
mm,
It wasn't that huge. It was, yeah, it was okay. It was some cement and the barbed wire. But truly, Trump, he made it bigger,
mm,
he made it better, But no, it was kind of cool in a way.
mm.
So to see that, but yeah, I guess if you lean more to the conservative side of things, um, wow, apparently you might have
You
bad
wash.
body odor. Apparently, yeah, apparently nobody's heard of baths or washing.
Mm.
Um, So I guess liberals don't have body odor, or they just love their body odor, or something like that. Is that what it's implying? I'm thinking.
Or maybe they just rip their own nostrils out. You just never know in this
That
day and age, Michael. I mean, I remember watching
is
old 70s British sitcoms, but not the
right.
Monty Python for some reason. and they were always critical of that champagne socialist who dresses up like they're working class, doesn't wash, doesn't shave, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it was to use a British term, it was a piss take. But in the 2020s, it seems to be true.
Oh, we got somebody else. So, and also dropping by, the lovely, the impeccable Gary Ambrosia.
Mm.
Who are you talking? You
That's-
talking to me?
Oh, I guess I'm talking to you.
Lovely.
Well, yeah, I know, isn't it though?
Okay.
So,
We got a
you
filter on or
are
something?
acknowledged.
Yeah, right.
I wish, but no one can. You know,
There we
everyone
go.
has to suffer with this handsome visage I put on.
Oh,
So,
good lord.
yeah. So, how's it going, dude?
It's all right. How are you doing?
Not too shabby. Great to have you on the show, celebrating
Good
this.
to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking part. So, yes, and the Lost Wanderer, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Right.
we do have the illustrious Gary here as well.
Illustrious.
And John Reynolds says, "Hail, brother Gary."
You hear
So-
that, brother John Rendell? He called me illustrious. Not
There you
quite,
go.
huh?
I know. Well, I have to say something nice. So, you know, but
Well, it's
But no,
great to
we're
finally
just,
meet Gary Ambrosia for the first time. I hope you're doing well, my good man. You must have
Ryan,
fell
how are
under
you, my friend?
radar.
Good to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. It's been a
Good.
busy day.
has it been a busy day?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I'm working on a gigantic Star Trek prop for a new video.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fucking hilarious too. So that's all I can say about that. But yeah, it's going to be pretty darn funny.
nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that. So we're kind of going over funny news of the week.
Lord.
This news
That'll
article
take 6
from-
hours.
Yeah, I know, right? So this is from the Guardian. So, hey, body odor, you're more than likely to have right-wing views.
Totally. Yeah, that is so right. Boy, I can't stand body odor.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Fucking A.
So that meaning, I suppose you should have more lefty kind of views and whatnot, and announce your pronouns and job like that.
Yeah.
I could have went with something probably more funny. So that being this. So
Oh, God.
There we
Oh.
go. Look at Madonna.
There
She's
you
looking
go.
good, man. She's
look
looking
at
real
that
good.
handsome face. I know. Married man spends $76,000 to look like the perfect woman.
Yeah, you know, okay, married man. Who the fuck is married to that? You know, like, who's married to that thing?
I'm thinking
Wow.
the sleaze tax from what was it? What was that show called
Yeah.
again?
They probably think it's the most beautiful thing on the planet, too. They're
Oh,
like, wow,
God,
it's so
you know-
gorgeous.
This reminds me. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
All right. When I first saw this headline, the first thing that I thought in my mind was married man spends Fallout $76,000 to look like the perfect woman. This creature looks like something barely rendered in Fallout 76. Oh,
I mean, well, shall we? Yeah, let's have a zoom on
Wow.
that. It's
Please don't.
Slitheen looks more attractive.
yeah.
I'm good. I got a
It does,
4K monitor here, so please don't do that.
It reminds me of those, especially the picture on the right. It reminds me of those, what were they called? The Silurians on Doctor Who. You know, the fish people.
I don't know.
You know,
I'm not a who person.
those-
What it reminds me of is those deep sea fish when they take them from like 2 miles from under the ocean and
Oh,
they
yeah, like those-
recompress in the atmosphere and they
The
just
anglerfish.
inflate like Madonna.
the-
you know?
The blobfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like to me. So maybe if we brought her down to about maybe what 40,000 leagues or something, or whatever.
There we go.
Wait, a league is I don't know, but if we brought her down a couple miles, into a canyon or something, like down where they found the bomb in the abyss, maybe she'd actually look pretty good,
So if
He,
we drop
she,
her in the
whatever the
Marinara
fuck it is.
Trench. So if we drop her in the Marinara Trench, you're saying possibly she could end up looking like, Pamela Anderson back in Baywatch days.
You know, if we get her that deep underwater, yeah, I'll take her out to a steak dinner.
Yeah, okay.
Why
there we
not?
go. But then again, it is a dude.
Him, whatever. It's all good. Hey, as long as it looks good, you know.
Married to Aquaman. That's who this married man is married to.
Ah,
Aquaman.
there you go. Yeah, exactly right. Because that's only the face a grouper could love. So
Right?
jeez. I mean, those lips alone just say, "I'm a goldfish."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How much were the lips? I know the 76,000 is like the whole package, but I'm interested. How much of that was the lips?
Let's break this down.
75,000.
The wig was $200, and you know.
This is a MasterCard commercial going all wrong.
Oh yeah.
So
priceless.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the price that looked like a train wreck, priceless. Yeah,
right.
So
yeah, right.
Oh God. So well, that's enough of that ugly face. Damn.
Well, I will just like to
and
say
then you zoom in on us. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, well, you know, anything to show you handsome people. So
I just like to say that what's going on in East Palestine, Ohio, is more attractive than that horrible-looking creature.
Yeah, see, that was a train wreck. You know, and the train wreck in Ohio looked actually better than that. So,
in fact, I laughed so much there's a tear in my eye.
So as we're waiting for other guests to show up, later on we might have Cardinal Sin and Canadian Spider-Man and possibly Stone Loki and maybe a few others. So you know, this show is supposed to be, is kind of about, you know, what got you guys started wanting to do a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've met like a lot of you over the past couple of years, unfortunately, King Dolphin couldn't be on because, you know, it's late where he's at. You know, and it just got me thinking, you know, of meeting so many of you guys and, you know, talking with all of you all. And it just got me to wondering, like, why did all of you wanted to start something on YouTube or even get on YouTube, even if it's to show up on another show on a weekly basis or whatnot? You know.
Well, I'll start first if that's all right. Well, for me, I started off simply as an avenue to speak my mind.
Right.
Back in September of 2020, spoke my mind on a wide variety of topics and people. We didn't really get off the ground, and the first run failed before it even started. But the second run, which is the current run I'm on, from late October of 2021 to where we are today, I went from 37 subscribers to well over 1,400, and I am where I am today thanks to all of you wonderful people. And I'm meeting people every day. And I met Comic Relief Crusader through analyzing him as a rising star. And it's good to finally meet Gary Ambrosia. I'll definitely do some research on this fine chap and see if he will go far as a rising star, because we need all the rising stars we can get, folks. That's my story, boiled down.
So what was that pivotal moment that said, you know what, I am going to get on YouTube. I'm going to put myself out there?
Oh, I was going insane. I mean, the realities of 2020 were just driving me up the wall to the point where I no longer have anything to lose from speaking my mind. And these were during the days when they were locking people up in the United Kingdom for speaking their mind. So I just went ahead, spoke my mind, and thankfully no one black-bagged me into Broadmoor or any other prison or medical facility. And I am where I am today. No, it's been nearly 3 years on and off. Thankfully, my hairline has held firm, but it's going to go eventually, despite being 23 years old. But I spent 10 years trying to look like this. I had a beard at 13 years old. And yeah, hopefully I can keep on going and fingers crossed keep on growing.
Damn, you got that testosterone going. If you had a beard at 13, damn. Holy crow. I'm lucky if I just had peach fuzz at that age. So,
Yeah, I know how you feel. I'm 40. I still haven't hit puberty yet. Man, I can't even, you know, you know.
It's all that American water you are drinking, Gary.
Right?
It's very poisonous.
All the fluoride. Yeah. So my teeth are so nice, but I ain't so smart.
Mm-hmm. I'm the opposite. My teeth are awful, but my mind is smart.
Well, I like my teeth, so I'm not going to trade you. So.
Yeah, but then again, anything with a British accent sounds elegant. So there you go.
It's true. Well, to us Americans, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Anything in a British
their
accent
language,
sounds
we just
intelligent.
fucked it up, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
learn Chinese, I look the part. I mean, I have to write the reports to Beijing.
Yeah,
every
spitting
month.
image. I was going to say, boy.
But yeah, I just need to learn the language, and there's another 1.3 billion people who could be the audience someday.
Right.
But, yeah. How did you get into content creation then, Gary? What's your backstory?
Well,
Yes.
you know, to be honest, I never wanted to be here, and I still don't. But I mean, I had, my friends are here, and, I helped them out, and, there were some certain circumstances, and, I met my buddy Doomcock, and we're buddies and friends, and one day he just said, hey, do you want to come on the show? And I said, well, once I do this, I guess that's pretty much going to be it for me anywhere else. So fuck it. Why not? These people were my friends, and, it was about friends for me, and loyalty. I'm not necessarily in love with the platform, but I do, the greatest thing about it for me has been the audience members and the people like Mike and now you, Ryan. I meet a lot of really great people, and I'm very thankful for that. And I like talking to folks on Twitter about the show, and people ask me things about it and stuff, and I'm enjoying it. It's not something that I aim to do. It's not something that I wanted to do. It's just somewhere that I ended up. And it's sometimes life does that. It's just the way it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So what was kind of like the deciding factor for you to say, yeah, you know what, I'll go on, or I'll make a channel, because, what you do on yours, showing how you're, I don't want to say restoring, but let's say bringing
exactly
back
what
to
it
life.
is.
Well, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you to say when to do that as a channel?
Well, honestly,
do.
Since I joined the Dictor Van Doomcock show a year and a half ago, or whatever, however it's been, a lot of people subscribed to the channel, and I hadn't put anything up on my little dinky channel for years. I think I've had it for like 13 years or something.
Yeah.
And I just put my goofy little home videos on there and stuff. And I never thought anything of it. But all of a sudden, 100 people, 200 people, 300 people start subscribing.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if they're subscribing, you gotta give them some stuff, man, because they're showing their interest, so you can't let them down. So I have a lot of interesting stuff. I have a whole collection of things, and I figure every time I run the camera in the shop, or if I run the camera in the shop while I'm there working, I'll have a little video to put up. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not share that stuff? And it's real interesting. I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff, props from Star Trek and Indiana Jones and, other dead franchises. But I think it's, it's kind of interesting, and it shows what I do, other than just, drink and act like an asshole every Wednesday night, so.
Oh, come on. Everybody knows that's the best feature.
Yeah, I know, but there's a little bit more to me than that. Just a little bit,
Yeah. Oh, we got you know what? We're just gonna, because we're having like a lot of people dropping in so far. So
Good.
yeah,
Ooh.
so John Rendell, so hail to John Rendell and Penny. And I know who Penny is. So that is oh god, he was on like last week.
Joe Biden blooper.
I know, right? Hey, what are you talking about, man? It's not fair. Can't remember his name right now, but it's his mom. See, so now I can ramble on like a complete idiot. Um, so, and we got Pulp Culture Republic, hail all, and oh, and we got a question, John Rendell. What is the current situation with free speech over there? I've heard some really bad things.
Well, I did. This is why I hide myself, folks, because I do have two laptops running, and I did answer that point of John's in the chat. Though I will say, ladies and gentlemen, when people are arrested for praying outside because they're within an exclusion zone, which is where you're supposed to be as far away from an abortion clinic as this allows, if you're inside and you're praying, well, that makes you a criminal for some god awful reason in the United Kingdom. When you simply, out of a moral conviction, don't want people to be killed, whether they're inside or outside a piece of flesh. So, yeah, it's not that good, folks. It really isn't.
Yeah, we had something similar actually happen in Canada at a Catholic school where a boy, I think he was like 16, just because he wouldn't go with the proper pronouns kind of thing, he was actually arrested by the police. So,
jeez.
Yeah, I know, stupid, huh? The Lost Wanderer, he says, Garen Ambrosia, yeah, all are pretty good except that Jeff guy. Haha.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. Stay away from that fucking Jeff schmuck. That guy is just.
And hello, lovely Sherry. Great to see you here. So,
hi, Sherry.
Hi.
Great to see you, lovely lady. Always
that's
enjoy
right.
hearing from women.
The Dork Knight. That's who it was. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate that. So, yes, the Dork Knight.
Great guy. And
so
you must be his mother, Penny. It's great to see you.
Yes, great to see you too. Let's see. So, what also was I going to get into here? Obviously, yeah, because for me, like Gary said, I mean, I had my channel for like 11 years. I didn't do really anything with it. You know, I just kind of signed on to YouTube, got an account, right? Didn't really think anything much of it. And I posted like maybe one video of a couple of guys ice fishing and, you know, them taking a dunk in the water, taking a swim and whatnot, you know, and I got a couple of views and I thought, you don't think anything of it. And after a little bit, I started doing these scale charts for, you know, for nerdy community. Let's put it that way. And, you know, a lot of people were debating about, you know, the authenticity of the facts that I had found. So I thought, well, why not just do a video, post it on my channel, and you know, kind of prove the information were, you know, how I came up with, you know, what I did, and that got a little bit of traction. I designed a few DVDs and whatnot that weren't available in North America, only in Japan. Had them subtitled and whatnot, and kind of advertised myself that way. But I really didn't do anything with my channel. Oh, and we got Bunny Mom Ambrosia here as well.
Yay!
Hello, Bunny Mom Ambrosia. Great to see you here tonight.
Can't get away from her. Can't always watching.
Such is your lot in life.
Right.
So you've angered the karma gods, and this is your punishment. So.
You hear that, honey? Even Mike says you're a punishment. So there you go.
I love you, Bunny Mom Ambrosia. I didn't mean it.
Right? Be careful, man.
Oh, I will.
No, she'll just come in and beat me.
Oh, well, if that's
you
the
say
case,
something dirty, she's
so.
gonna come in and there's gonna be a foot come across my face. So
I know what those bunnies did in that one Monty Python movie.
Right. That's how it really is, Mike.
Exactly.
No joke, man.
She has them all
I'll always
trained.
remember the first time we tried to, when you get bunnies, you think it's going to be like fucking Bambi, where all the little critters are running around and everybody's playing with each other, right? And the
Oh, yeah.
fucking deer that are running around, they come and they join in and they're ice skating on the fucking frozen water, right? No,
Oh, yeah.
it ain't like that. It's straight up like
No.
Monty Python. You put
Yeah.
these two rabbits in the same arena together because that's what it ends up becoming. And I'm not kidding. You look back after about 5 seconds, there's fucking fur floating in the air. And there's, you see like rabbits leaping fucking everywhere, and there's blood all over the fucking place.
They're
It's
mean
crazy.
bastards.
You have to
They can-
separate them. That's legitimate. Yeah, that was a mistake I will never make again because
It's
man,
like-
they fucking hate each other.
It's like preschool in the hood.
Yeah,
If they had
straight
guns
up,
and killed each other. Yeah,
straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it fucking.
they can be violent.
They are. They're extremely violent. And,
I know.
and you gotta separate them, and you can bond them together. You have to, it takes a long time, but man, if you just put them together and oh, you guys can play together. Here's your little friend. Nope.
No.
Man.
Multiculturalism does not work for bunny rabbits, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it
So if it
doesn't.
doesn't work for bunny rabbits, I don't think it can work for human beings. Just saying. But, I think a great idea for a show, ladies and gentlemen, would be the Ambrosias. Gary and his wife, and
Great.
they have a show, a reality television show, and make a go of it. If Hulk Hogan can do it, I'm sure the Ambrosias can do well.
No,
Special
The real-
guest, Robert
real-
Lozier. Lozier
real-
with the Ambrosias.
I'm good. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
amount of money in the world that'll make that happen. Unless it's like 14 million, I think that'll work. I think I can do it for
Yeah.
that amount of money.
Anything can ease your conscience with that amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like that Andy Warhol film, Gary Sleeping. That's what you get for your $14 million fucking reality show. Just be me sleeping in bed for 2
There we
hours.
go. And this is why she says, this is why you bond bunnies, y'all.
Yeah,
So,
you
yeah.
gotta bond them.
Yeah. Yes. With tight bond glue.
Yeah, glue them
According to
together.
John. That's right. So,
See what happens. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That violent bunny love. So, 50 Shades of Fur. So,
Right. It's true.
that's right. Bunny l'amour.
Yeah,
So-
because you look at them and you don't know whether they're killing each other or fucking each other, and you're like,
Yeah, exactly.
"What's going on here? Do I break it up or do I let it happen? Oh, there's blood." You're like, "Oh shit, okay, well, all right,
Let's flip a coin here. And
yeah, yeah."
see
Well,
where the face
that's how it
takes us.
is in their family.
That's right. Hey, Ma, come over here. I don't know what Pa's doing. So, oh, Edgar, he's just visiting the neighbors. So, it's like they're trying to play leapfrog, but I don't think Pa's getting over him. So,
Very good.
oh, yeah.
Very funny.
Come on, jump, Pa. You can do it. Shazam. So, God.
And I'm done.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh my.
Oh, I really need to get into voice acting, I think. So,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, yeah, like what I was saying with my channel before we got sidetracked. I hadn't done anything with it, and for years I thought, I don't know, why not just do, like a political channel? But then I thought after a while, you got people like, I don't know, Rush Limbaugh, and you got, I don't know, like, let's say Alex Jones or Louder with Crowder, or, like a slew of other people.
People who are alive.
Yeah, well, except for Rush, I suppose, but,
That's the point I was making.
yeah. Except, I don't know, maybe all that cholesterol is like fermenting him by now. So, but I thought after a while, it's like, everybody else is doing political. I'm not really a political kind of guy. I got my views and all that, but no, that ain't me. And originally, I auditioned in college for radio broadcasting. graphic design was my first elective, but I had an audition to go into radio, and one of the topics was, talk about something that happened for 15 minutes, and I was live on air, and this was like mid '90s at the time, and I remember one one thing that was on the news about some drunk guy somewhere's in California. He hopped in a tank, took a joyride for about maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And the cops ended up shooting him dead after that, after they caught up with him. Right. And yeah, this was about 95, 96, somewhere's around there. And so I went and ranted about that for about, 10, 15 minutes. What kind of day and age do we live in where a drunk guy can just hop into a U.S. Army tank and just take a joyride, running over cars and slamming into light poles and blah, 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 blah. Well, after that, I heard a knock on the window, and I turned around. Well, my time was up, but it was the department head that was on the other side of the glass. And I thought, oh, crap, I am in trouble now. And so I took the headphones off, got out of the booth, and she was like, Mike, and as soon as she said it that way, right? And it's like, that air of disappointment kind of thing. It's like, Mike, do you know what a shock jock is? And I'm like, no, not really. She goes, you ever been on radio before? It's like, well, yeah, on college, university, radio and whatnot, just, have my hour show, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, let me put it to you this way. You know who Howard Stern of Rush Limbaugh is? I'm like, yeah. It's like, you would be awesome as a shock jock. And I'm like, that just kind of surprised me. I have to have you in my program, she said. Like, I will do anything to get you in my program.
Oh, my.
Anything?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, this was 20th century entertainment, folks.
I know,
you could do anything back then.
Exactly.
Not like this century. I mean,
I did not.
You can't even hold people these days.
No, exactly. So,
like,
but no, but I ended up in graphic design, and so that kind of brings me up to now, right? I mean, I'm a geek, I'm a nerd. I've been into movies, TV, comics, all the nerdy crap. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do anything political. And since after watching Star Wars when it first came out, the Force Awakens, Han Solo gets killed, and I took my kids to it. This is their first Star Wars movie, like, since they were really young, since episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, right? And one of my daughters looked at me and said, I can't freaking believe they killed Han Solo. Like, what the hell? And I looked at her. It's like, yeah, right? Like, what the hell was that? And it got me thinking. And then when Star Trek STD came out, which it is aptly named, my wife and I, we kind of thought, we'll check it out. It hasn't been Star Trek on TV in a long time. And, we're watching it, and it's like, as soon as F-bombs started dropping left, right, and center, and, these space orcs on TV and crap like that, it's like, we're looking at this. She's looking at me. It's like, what the hell is this? This is not Star Trek. Like, we couldn't believe that we heard the F-bomb dropped on a Star Trek show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, did you just hear that? Like, what? And so, over the years, I've just been noticing this decline in shows, in movies, in books, in comics, since probably maybe mid 90s, because you tend to notice these things when you're in media. Gary probably exactly knows what I'm talking about, being part of that cog in the machine, so to speak. The degradation of men and how they're portrayed in society. And yeah, it starts in commercials, right? The aloof, stupid husband or dad or something like that. And then it just snowballs from there. And I thought, no, you know what? Instead of doing something political, I'll do a channel about this. And then slowly I started discovering people like Drunk 3PO and Doomcock. And, I've seen Nerdronic and I've seen That Star Wars Girl. And, and then from watching Doomcock, I found Clobberin Times. And then through that, Stone Loki. And then 32 Flavors of Neckwiser and whatnot. And then, King Dolphin. And, so it was like a big snowball effect. It's like, I'm not alone in this. Everybody else thinks that most of this stuff is trash now.
Right.
So, I'm watching Doomcock one night, and our youngest daughter, she comes down when I was doing a little bit of work and whatnot and watching this video. She goes like, Dad, who's this guy? It's like, well, he's talking about all these movies and what's going horribly wrong and stuff like that. He's like, huh. So why is he a supervillain? And I said, well, the easiest way to explain it is those woke people, the ones that, spread the message and whatnot, to them, he would look like the supervillain. So I said, and that was my understanding of it at the time. So I said, I guess that's why he's a supervillain. And so she said, well, Dad, if you're going to start a show, why don't you try to be a hero to save, what's in movies, what's in comics, what's in TV show, and speaking about it. I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to call myself. It's like, well, you like comics and, you got a message. So you're like a crusader. She's like 11 at the time. So, she's a pretty smart cookie. She said, why don't you just call yourself the Comic Relief Crusader? And I'm like, oh my God.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm like, that works. That freaking works. So that's how I got the name, the Comic Relief Crusader. So
talk about a rising star right there.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Well,
I want to see the comic book. Let's see it, man.
Yeah. So
I want to watch the cartoon. I want to have the action figure.
Pew, 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 pew. So yeah, and so this is what this show is about. It's about, and hopefully other people, get here sooner.
Scheduling permitting.
Exactly, right? But this show is about all you guys that have that I've either talked to or were mentioned on a video or invited on a show and whatnot, and it's just wanting to show my appreciation to people like you, to tell your story and, what made you want to get on YouTube? What was going on through your brain at the time? It's like, what? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do this. And it's pretty much the whole thing. So
it's always important knowing how creators start, ladies and gentlemen, as an inspiration for you great guys and gals out there to be creators yourselves. The market is only just beginning to open up. 1 billion active users on YouTube. There are about 50 to 60 million active channels, according to Social Blade. And the market is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, especially in parts of the world like China, India, the African continent. That's why we know, folks, culturally, it's going to get a lot more right wing. Because have you seen African culture? Have you seen Indian culture? And outside of politics, have you seen Chinese culture? My goodness.
Oh boy.
So things are going to shift quite radically as we bring in a more non-Western market.
I think so. Yeah, because I believe, Gary and I, we kind of talked about this a couple of weeks ago on Doomcock's channel, when we were talking about just briefly about, some stars that were in Canada and whatnot. And I think Doomcock brought up, what was this show on Netflix, the 100 or the 101 or whatever it was, a bunch of athletes. It's a Korean show. And I think Gary said, it's kind of bad when Korea's putting out more or better content than the US, because we used to dominate the market. You remember that?
Yeah, that was our thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, other than it was the number 2 business in our country, other than aerospace industry.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was our thing. We were
Mm.
making movies. People, other countries would be like, "No, we want American movies," and they still say it. I mean, that's why a lot of these movies, like a lot of these Disney movies, fail in China because the Chinese market, they're like, "We want more gorgeous, beautiful American blonde-haired women. We want
Yeah.
like this. We want that." And they're like, "You're not putting it in the movie. You're putting what you think is right." In the movie, but we don't want that. And they were fighting for the Chinese market. It's like, did you
Exactly.
guys ever think to ask them what maybe they wanted? If we want their money? No, they don't care.
No, because that would
It's so
just
funny.
be too easy.
It's so
You know?
funny. They're so stupid. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put it this way, okay? Because I don't know if I don't know if any of you have seen this lately. Okay, with Nebula, the Guardians
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Galaxy poster. Okay,
Yeah.
like, wow, does she look like Billy Corrigan from Smashing Pumpkins or what?
Yeah.
I swear to God, like it's so freaking androgynous. Like,
It was. Yeah. I mean, totally. Look at.
yeah, I mean, this is it's so ridiculous.
What's the fucking point of this? Like,
I think the point of it is to prove a point that what is a woman in 2023?
Oh God, yeah, God,
Right,
jeez.
whatever.
But I don't want to see this on the movie screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let men be men and let women be women.
That's a hate crime where you come from, my good
Oh,
man. Be careful,
yeah, I know,
you're
right?
not black bagged.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they signed Bill. What was it, C-11 or something like that? Yeah, up here.
well, technically, this broadcast is coming from what Silicon Valley, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you're still good. You're still
yeah.
good. So,
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
technicality.
Oh,
Still
darn.
legal here.
So, but
now.
yeah. So that's why I'm asking you guys. I mean, what was that flip that just kind of switched? I mean, I know you had channels and you just decided, but what was that kind of like moment that's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
You know what? There was a moment when I decided I had to make a decision because a couple of friends of mine called me from the set of The Mandalorian, and they were telling me some dirty shit. And I thought, well, should I call Doomcock? Should I tell him this? I got to keep these people secret, and
Yeah.
and and I did, and I told him what was going on, and there was some stuff going on, and yeah, that's how. I think at that point I was like, well, I guess I'm into this now, so I better just jump in, and the thing about Doomcock is I've seen a lot of talking head channels, and not that they're bad, they're just there's too many of them in my opinion, but the thing that's cool about Doomcock is he created a character.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's a very clever character that's a supervillain that is threatening to destroy the world unless culture gets better, which is a pretty good concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a supervillain you can root for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And, so I started watching his stuff, and he's, he also I was watching his show, his Friday night show, and I didn't realize that he was an entertainer.
Right.
So he's not only has he come up with a creative way of conveying his message, but he's also an entertainer. So he's he puts his money where his mouth is. He can sing, he can perform, he can write. He's funny. So I'm an artist. I get along with those guys. He's an artist, so I respect that. And I don't know a lot of guys on YouTube that are artists, but he's definitely one of them. And also, at any given time, one of his channel members or somebody in the chat can share a piece of information with him that might have been heartbreaking to them, or something happened, they lost a loved one or something. He'll stop the whole chat, or he'll stop the whole program, and he'll say a prayer for that person. And I'll have a moment of silence. The guy has a huge heart. Right there, that was the moment when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna help this guy out. I'm all in.
Nice.
So
Nice.
he's definitely he's got a great heart, and he cares about people. So regardless of the bullshit that you may hear, the guy has a huge heart. I know him very well, and really, he's a very sweet guy, and I'm proud to be his friend. I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
No,
I
I mean, he
personally can't
does that quite a
believe.
bit.
I personally can't believe that Doomcock was really the main villain of She-Hulk. My goodness, I had no idea that he had an organization, a second organization called
Right.
Oh yeah.
Intelligentsia.
Let me tell you something right now, Ryan, without saying much else. We're not done with She-Hulk. We're not done with She-Hulk. We got
Oh,
some funny
really?
stuff coming up. So make sure you tune into our channel because She-Hulk is not over yet.
I wish that Doomcock could be canonized in the MCU as a sort of ally of Kang. You
Well,
can have the world, Doomcock.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I will
Yeah.
say this, Ryan. I'll bet you anything, dollars to donuts, that there's a dartboard in all the Marvel writers' rooms, and his picture is on it. So that's about as canonized as I think he's going to be in the Marvel world at this
God.
time. But
Oh,
hey, at
geez.
least he's there in spirit, right? Good or bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
He's in everyone's heads.
right?
I literally
Yeah.
couldn't believe it when I saw that episode
Yeah.
and the mask. I'm like, that's Doomcock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is
I know.
going on?
Yeah. And it
And
wasn't
I-
even a funny parody either. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
I
like,
know, right?
They have no sense of humor whatsoever.
No,
I would have done
and-
it way differently.
And then using the name of the organization Intelligentsia,
Hmm.
right? It just, oh God. To me, that just says out loud, yeah, well then obviously it's meaning that he's getting, obviously intelligence sources from inside the industry. You just parodied, in order to slam him, they just instantly propped him up. They proved their point.
Yeah.
Should have called it Xanaboom.
Yeah, Santa Boo Boo or
Xanadu.
something. Yeah, I agree. But they have no sense of humor, so they don't know how to actually make fun of something and make it funny.
No,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? That's
Oh, God.
it's like them trying to meme. They just can't do it. You know,
No.
they can't make a
No.
meme to save their lives. You know,
No,
and
it's because they
they
got all these checks and balances. It's like, oh, but I
Right.
can't say this or I can't say that.
exactly
Yeah, and it puts them in this box, and
right.
you only get a little trickle of humor, and it's not even that funny. It's processed humor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not raw.
It's pasteurized humor. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's terrible. I know.
Oh God,
They
it's
have
just-
they have no sense of humor. They have no idea how to make a joke. You know?
No, and yeah, I know humor at times can be offensive that way. Yeah, that's why it's funny at times.
It's
I mean,
always offensive. There has to be a target for a joke. There has to be.
well,
You're gonna
exactly,
offend somebody. So as long as you can make more people laugh than who are offended, you're doing all
Yeah.
right. You know what I mean? But that's humor. That's a joke.
and I mean, God, this is what made a lot of 70s and 80s and I suppose probably maybe until the mid 90s shows and movies just great. It was just total off the wall. We didn't care who we offended humor.
Exactly.
Or we
It didn't
offended
matter who
everybody
offended.
equally. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We need more of that.
We
honestly do.
We were equal opportunity haters, but we all loved it at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
We
We
need
just
to laugh at people who are clearly insane, who are trying to say they're normal people when they're
Yeah.
clearly insane people.
right.
To the point where you have this man, I think in Canada, who just dresses up as this female with those massive titties, and we're supposed to take these people seriously.
Yes.
Oh.
And what's that guy's name?
I don't know. He was in
No,
shop
well,
class.
Sir, madam, whatever you are, if you're out there listening, I have 3 words for you. Not big enough.
God.
My 3 or 4 words are: where's the nearest lamppost? Or is that
Yeah.
5? one of those. But yeah, bloopers on all ends, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can return to sanity soon by highlighting the insanity of people who live by the idiom, I think, therefore I am. I think
Yeah.
I'm a female, therefore I'm a female is not a good way of thinking, folks, because the truth is reality based. No one clip what I just said.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, Ryan, is you know, it's so easy for us to make jokes nowadays. If you think about it, we have comedy gold lying all around us, and everybody's just afraid to use it. The best way for us to tear these idiots down is to make fun of them and laugh at them.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
see a lot of people foaming rabid, screaming, yelling. They're so angry about things. All you got to do is laugh at them and make fun of them, and they let them do the screaming and yelling because that's what they do best, you know.
Exactly.
But really, that's the best way to do it is to just completely mock them, them into the ground, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I call them demons because they're literally being possessed. They're possessing themselves, and they're weaponizing victimhood. And the best way to deal with weaponized victimhood is to not make being a victim acceptable anymore. That's the only solution I see to that
Exactly.
issue. But in
And the,
having that issue, real victims don't get the support they deserve. So
no, true.
it's not the perfect solution, but it is a solution. And if there are other solutions, please tell me. But
Yeah.
I can't see any of them.
And the Lost Wanderer says, if you're not offended, just wait. I'll get to you. 70s and 80s comics.
yeah, exactly.
And joining us on the stream here on Titillating Tuesdays, we got Rancor Steve, everybody's
guy.
favorite
Howdy,
baby
howdy.
face. Howdy, sir.
Hey,
This
Whoa.
guy.
So, great to see you, man.
damn it, Gary's here.
right?
I know. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
God, you trapped me.
I did. Nicely done, huh? Don't you think?
I know.
So-
yeah.
It's because I love you, man. So
How big is that
Aw.
tripod? My goodness.
So I have to do a setup. So I did the quickest one. So I just put it on a regular camera tripod. I was just like, I don't have time to set up the whole entire my elaborate ordeal, but yeah,
it's
it takes probably
huge.
about like 15 minutes to set up everything.
Wow.
Damn, that must be a really tall tripod. So
I have to put all this up and take it all down every single time. I mean, I'm like setting up for 5 hours. The show's only 4 hours, so then you know.
there you
Then
go, right?
you know, I tear it all down. It's another 6 hours, so that's what about 40 hours right there. So
Oh,
you know, I
that's
don't
a
get any
full-hour day,
sleep
man.
in 3 days. I'm fucked. So
It
15
takes
minutes
me
is
a
pretty
minute to prepare. I don't disassemble my backstage area. Why? Because the last time I did that, this fell on me and nearly destroyed my channel, literally by breaking all of my equipment. But thankfully,
Oh, lovely.
it did not
That
happen.
probably got you a bunch of hits. That would be pretty funny. I'd like to
I
watch
probably
that.
would.
That'd be pretty funny. You know what?
I
A
know.
YouTuber. This is funny. A YouTuber who goes on and everything just goes fucking wrong. That's the
Yeah.
whole show. The guy's like,
Yeah.
oh, and I'm trying. You know, the microphone falls, hits him in the head. There's a fire that starts in the back, and he's trying to like, you know, here guys, here's my artwork or some shit, and this chick just totally going wrong. Now that's funny. That's
Think of it like
hilarious.
a Charlie Chaplin homage.
Exactly. Like
You know?
like shtick on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
that'd be funny. Fucking wall falls down behind him. Roof falls on him and shit. Fucking anvil falls on his head, and you know, like
There's
that
a
would be
shower.
fucking funny.
There's a shower with a woman in the background. You know, just oh my god.
I nearly
Stuff like
fell
that.
off my chair while
Slapstick humor.
assembling the tower to go up to
Yeah.
the ceiling. I nearly reached it. I sat down, said, I think I've done it. And then just as I was going to conclude the episode, the damn thing falls on top of me and the computer.
Oh man, I would have loved to see that. I'd have sent you a
Oh,
super
it's
chat for that
available.
one.
There is a video of it. I
Oh,
think
there
it's
you go,
my
perfect.
funniest video ever. It's the tower video. Hopefully you can find that. right near
Thank
the
God it
end
wasn't on
where,
fire,
where it
Right?
happened.
or else it'd be the Towering Inferno.
Oh,
And Sean
man.
Carter says, as Chaplin said, if it don't hurt, it ain't funny. I
There you
think.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
He's not wrong.
And no, he ain't wrong. And and also adding to the stream here, we got Canadian Spider-Man live from
Hey, guys.
Mexico.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is like Survivor. Survivor
Yeah.
Mexico. He's
So
still
who's
alive.
voting
Look
off?
at that. Wow.
Good to see you.
I know.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, it was touch and go, but
Now wait a
I'm
second,
here.
Canadian Spider-Man. I can't tell whether you're in Mexico or the bridge of the new Star Trek Picard.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty dark there,
haven't seen
buddy.
it.
I can't really see you.
No, this is the best I can do. I'm at a hostel.
Okay,
Under the circumstances. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the best I
so
can.
Terry Metalis is your lighting director. I can see.
You can sort of see me, right? I'm here.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
good.
yeah. Oh, we can see you.
Where are you?
So
In a town called Zihuatanejo. It's about 200 kilometers north of Acapulco.
ooh.
So, yeah, it's
We're
right on the
American,
Pacific
buddy.
coast.
We don't understand
Yeah, what?
kilometers. I'm totally fucking. I'm trying to calculate that shit right now. I don't.
120
you know.
miles north.
There
of
we go.
Acapulco.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, no, sorry to interrupt. Carry on, folks. And cheers. Thank you for having
Cheers,
me.
man.
Really,
Yeah,
Good to
really
see you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we've been seeing all your photos on Twitter. You're traveling all over the place, man. It looks like a lot of fun.
I am spending money left, right, and center.
Cool. Well, that's what it's designed to do. You're supposed to spend it, you know.
Exactly.
Do it
Yeah,
before
it's no good putting it in the bank right now.
Right on,
Yeah,
man.
precisely,
Cool.
right? So same thing for Canadian Spider-Man and Rancor Steve, seeing how you guys showed up. Rancor, yeah, we'll start with you. Like, what made you want to go on YouTube? Like, what was that moment in your head that just snapped and said, you know what? I'm gonna do something on YouTube. I'm gonna make a show. What kind of brought you
boredom.
to that moment? Boredom?
No, no, I started a YouTube channel. I don't, because my background is film, and I just started putting my projects online, and I was like, might as well, hey, why not just make a YouTube channel where I talk about answer movie questions? And it never really went anywhere, and I told myself,
Yeah.
maybe this isn't my thing, and met Gary, started working on a bunch of stuff for Doomcock, and for some reason I was like, how about I start a man show? And it's ever since that it's become this whole crazy thing. I thought I'd never do YouTube stuff. I thought, hey, I'll just post some videos online, let people see them. If they want to see my work, they can. If they don't, they don't have to. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy a couple of years now of just trying to just figure that all out. It's changed, that's for sure.
Huh. So what was it about wanting to make, Manorama? Like, how did that idea just pop into your head? Huh, instead of this, I'll do that.
I was on Twitter, and there was a guy, I was trying to explain something about this to a guy on Twitter about simping and how that's bad and it's not healthy, if you're male or female. And then this guy just started chiming in. He's like, no, I simp all the time. And I was thinking, there's not many YouTube channels where they do men's health, men awareness, have fun, have a group of guys, just have fun. And you always see channels where it's about movies or about cars or about building things, all these really cool channels. And I was like, there's really not an outlet for doing something for a show about men. And I was like, why not? What are the odds?
Yeah.
So that's what kind of popped in. I was like, you know what? This dude has given me inspiration to do that. So
Good.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice. And then was born the Manorama Show.
yes,
Nice.
it's a crazy fun Rock'em Sock'em, as I call it now.
God. Oh, that is so true. So
Yeah, y'all are gonna start beating each other up sometime soon. If you can get in the same room together, fucking fists and blood and beer and fucking it's
Tables
gonna be
flying
hardcore.
around.
that's right.
Fucking A, man.
Beating
Fucking
each other
naked-
with folding chairs.
Fuck, man, that
Jeff
sounds
like,
good.
no.
Naked women everywhere, chairs flying all
God.
over the fucking place, oatmeal wrestling, beer. Fuck, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It does. It does.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like WWF, but better.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I heard you kiss my sister. I didn't kiss your sister. Yes, you did. I'm sorry. It's okay, man. It's okay. So,
You know, when they get together to talk about their fucking feelings.
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I picked these flowers for you. Oh, you're such a good friend.
World
So,
Woke Wrestling.
yeah, exactly.
WWW. There you go.
It gives me some ideas now.
Oh man,
Huh?
yeah. There's another movie waiting to happen.
Right.
So,
Oh.
so, and yeah, and Canadian Spider-Man. Now, this is really interesting with Canadian Spider-Man. Okay, because I found him through Doomcock. We started chatting and whatnot, and I found out that he had a channel. And you know, I told him about mine and whatnot, and I think I know it was like definitely over a year ago. I got on his channel, and
yeah, it's been over a year for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I found out that this guy actually lived in the same neighborhood as myself back in New Brunswick.
Wow.
Outside of St. John, New Brunswick, in kind of like a suburb kind of
Yeah.
area. In
Yeah,
Gunnell,
and that's
in
not a
Gunnell
lot
Point.
of people.
No, that
Yeah.
ain't a lot of people.
And
So-
they
wow.
tend not to travel or ever leave that area their whole lives. So it's true.
that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then we
So,
find
yeah,
ourselves
no,
on
that
the opposite
was
side
amazing,
of the
man.
country.
Yeah.
Hmm?
It was totally freaky. So with you, what made you want to go on YouTube and, you know, share your experiences of, you know, like, for example, places around the world and do your fireside chat? And well, I know you're not doing that obviously now because you're in sunny Mexico. Well, I'm freezing my ass off here in like 20 below weather. So
Yeah, I could do a beachside stream though. I could definitely do an
Yeah,
oceanside
yeah.
stream. Yeah,
make me more irate. So,
yeah. You know, a similar story to a lot of YouTubers that I know, and I just want to say I'm glad to know each of you and be in the same sort of overlapping circles as all of you. So that get that out of the way first.
yeah.
But secondly, when okay, a light turned off. Oh, here it is. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
Now
Using
good.
my cell phone and it's got a timer. During the pandemic, I wasn't working. It wasn't a good idea for me to go up to work. So I was laid off, and I had a lot of free time, and I discovered YouTube because I don't really watch, cable TV or anything like that. And I started watching Doomcock. I think Critical Drinker might have put me on the Doomcock. And then I discovered all of you guys and a couple of the people and you know, it's been 3 years now that I've known a lot of these people, and some of them were starting. I guess I started about 2 years ago almost, and some of the people I chatted with often in the stream were starting their own YouTube channels, and I witnessed them do it, and it sort of inspired me to. Well, you know, I've got a lot of travel videos. That's why I don't really have a house or any possessions, because all my life I've spent my money on travel. And I've got a great wealth of videos like that. And I've got some opinions on which many of you share. Some of them I'm sure you don't. And I wanted a platform to be able to express what the hell was going on at the time with the pandemic. There was a lot of craziness in Canada on both sides. And I just had questions like, you know, I don't want to get into that here, but I had a lot of questions that weren't being answered. You know, following science, there should be a lot of questions that I wasn't getting answers to. So I wanted a platform to just throw that out there, and you know, and a place to, you know, my town is very small. There's not a lot of people around, but a nice online social circle. We didn't get locked down for COVID. There's no authorities to lock us down anyway, so we pretty much carried on. There's no older people in my circles, and we're all healthy, so we didn't really lock down. We just carried on as normal, but it was an extra social outlet. So yeah, long story short, long story long. That's why I got involved.
Awesome.
I'm very happy
awesome.
I did.
Cool.
You know what? Because I got to say, I'm really missing those fireside chats, man. Really, really. So, and
6 more weeks. 6 more weeks, I'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Maybe 8.
And adding on to the chat, we got the one, the only Stone Loki.
Gentlemen, how are you all doing? Holy shit, Canadian Spider-Man. What is up, brother? How are you doing?
Great to see you, man. Yeah, man, I catch you all the time. I'm lurking in the mornings. I don't think we've streamed together before, but yeah, really good to see you, man. Yeah.
No, we haven't. It's good to see you. Nice to meet you, Canadian Spider-Man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
nice
you as well,
board,
man. Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yes, of course you can.
Who here looks up at Ryan and expects him to duck down and come back up and go, dun, 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 I am Captain Chaos?
You know, I did pretend to be Doomcock once. I did. I tried.
Really?
But the voice, it's hard to keep it at his level because I know the character voice is slightly changed as far as I'm aware. So keeping it at that level from a natural perspective can be very difficult. But I did try. I did pretend to be Doomcock for a minute. Really? And hopefully some people bought it. Hopefully.
It's all about the cadence. Ryan. It's, hello, Dominions and Doomentites. You know, you got to. It's all about the cadence, man.
Yeah, that's right. You get presence, man. Project. Yeah. Good evening, Dementors and Doomentites. Or see, I can't even do it. You know, not that well, at least. So, yeah. Hey, Loki, I'm glad that you could join today. Yeah. Awesome to have you
for having me on. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, not a problem. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of going around the bend and whatnot, and you know, we're I like I told everybody, just kind of inviting everyone that you know, I've either watched or partook in, or you know, people that have given me a shout out one way or another. And, you know, from watching your videos when I was really debating about, you know, starting my own channel, like for sure, you know, among, say, Critical Drinker and Doomcock and King Dolphin, and like yours was one of them with doing your Tuesday, you know, YouTube talks. You know, and we chatted a couple of times, like back and forth on Twitter and whatnot. And, you know, it really also helped giving me a bit of a kick in the proverbial pants to, you know, to really do it, because I was kind of debating. It's like, really, what should I be talking about? You know, because I wanted to do something, you know, at first political, but like I said before to these guys, you know, I mean, a lot of other people were doing it, and I'm not really that much of a political guy, but I've always been kind of a nerd and a geek, right? And that's
right.
Kind of how your show kind of helped, kind of made me decide. So what was it about you, you know, kind of like waking up one day, so to speak, and saying, you know what, I'm going to do a YouTube channel?
So 2009, I started doing like Star Trek videos, and it never went anywhere. Right. I tried again, I think like a year and a half later, never went anywhere. It wasn't until this idiot went after DC, and DC called him Plant Boy, but he went after DC. He went after Gary from Nerdrotic. He went after Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He went after all these high-profile YouTubers, and he had a picture of them dressed up like Yahtzees, and these are the proud blah blah blahs of this right wing. It was all stupid. It was all crap. And I made this video. I came out and I made a video that defended D, and he was like, "You need to do more of this. Go forth, Loki, and create content. Go, my son, and create content." I was like,
"Go, my
shit.
minion,
Okay.
and spread the word."
If he thinks that I should be doing this, by God, who am I to argue with that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'm glad that you picked up something that I was able to encourage you, and then I was able to pay that forward. That's all that really matters. You know, if someone helped inspire you or get you going, that's the best thing you can do is try and inspire other people and get them going.
Yeah,
because it's intimidating. It is intimidating. This whole thing is intimidating. I sweat. I sweat bullets the first live stream I did. I was like, oh my God, I'm sweating. I'm sweating through my shirt. And I'm just diving in here. And yeah, it was all his fault. So everyone, don't hashtag blame Loki, hashtag blame Doomcock. Because he's the one who was like, go do stuff. Go be a YouTuber.
Yeah, I know. I gotta. Oh boy, do I remember my first show? Holy moly! I gotta be nuts for doing this. And I think I lasted maybe like 45 minutes, something like that. And I thought, I gotta be nuts doing this because nobody's gonna come, nobody's gonna listen. What do I talk about, right? And so I kind of titled. I think I titled my first show. What was it like? God, you know what? I got to remember, but something. I try to make a gag out of the headline, right? Well, let's try this out, kind of thing. I think was the title, and because I thought over the years, working a lot of jobs, like say on construction and whatnot, or scaffolding or whatever it was, I got into this mentality of, well, you know what? Instead of debating about it, might as well just jump in with both feet. What's the worst that could happen, right? You fail. Well, okay, sure. You might as well just pick yourself up. It's like being on a job site, right? Don't be afraid of just doing what you got to do. Just do it. And if you make a mistake, well, okay, yeah, then sure, I'm sure somebody's going to say something, correct you on it or whatever. And, then you do it better the next time. And then the next time. And then the next time. And, so yeah, and like I said before, where I auditioned for a radio show, or not a radio show, sorry, for a radio broadcasting course, and being told, you know what, you could be a shock jock, and then just thinking about this is like, well, what's YouTube? It's like being on the radio. You're just talking, except you're also on video, unless I turn off the camera. So. Just talk about stuff. And yeah, and your shows kind of help that way, Loki, I gotta say.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And to see so many people succeed, that's a big thing. A lot of people come out and they either never take that first step, or they think, well, I did it and I didn't have 200 people in my chat, so I'm immediately a failure. That's not the way it is. You got to grow into this. So many people grow into this, and the more they do it, the more experience they gain, the better they get at it. Nobody just, I was born to do this. Nobody did that. No. We all grow into it and gain experience, and we learn how to do it. We get better at it all the time.
Yeah,
so you're always learning something on YouTube.
Oh, definitely. I mean, my show, for example, Reality Based, didn't just start out of nowhere. I was on many fellow creators' shows before we debuted Reality Based. I've been a guest of Loki. I've been a guest of Pops and many other fellow creators. Hopefully I'll be a guest of Michael again, and who knows, I may have all of you wonderful people on Reality Base sometime too. But Rome isn't built in a day, folks. You've got to, as Loki sometimes says, you've got to move those rocks to move the mountain. And for some creators, it takes a long time to get past the milestones, the 1,000s, then the 10,000s, and maybe one day 100,000. The great milestones, as it were. It took me just under 11 months to pass the first great milestone. It'd probably take me 11 years to get past the second great milestone. And I'll be dead before I pass the third great milestone. So, and I'm only 23. So, yeah, that's what I think will happen. But we all start somewhere. Just start. That's the most difficult hurdle. And once you start speaking your mind, doing the things that you're passionate about, you can keep on going. And fingers crossed, you can keep on growing as well.
Phantom Outsider says, never understood how not liking the garbage that Hollywood dishes out makes people into Yahtzee. Seems more like the people that think that they are psychos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic projection, you know.
Pretty much.
These people don't even realize that they're more fascist in Yahtzee than us. It's so funny. You know, how fucking narrow-minded do you have to be not to realize that?
So you must have bad body odor too,
right?
So
he does.
Oh no, sorry, because that was a news article that was shared earlier. So
yes, explain the joke and make sure that you're not offending the guy. So
that's right. That's right.
The Mexican
usually at the beginning of the show. Yeah, because usually at the beginning
of
the show, I share a news of the week that I just find, and so this just happened to come up. So I'll just bring it up to the audience again here. So from the Guardian, hate body odor? You're more than likely to have right-wing views.
Well, there was that one chick that was like a uber vegan. No offense to any vegans out there, but the bitch only showered like once every 20 days. And she's like, I love my smell. Oh, yeah, I bet you do, lady.
Literally got her own head up her ass, just whiffing in, man. Take in that beef. God.
Commies have had this problem for at least 50 years, folks, and they'll probably have it for 50 more. Because you don't have soap in communist countries.
Right. They don't shower for 20 days because they can't.
He's like, you have to share soap.
So start liking it, folks.
It's nice to see so many. It's nice to see so many Cold War veterans on the panel, despite the fact that I wasn't even born when the Cold War ended. So
it was a very interesting time, especially in Hollywood. It made for some awesome movies, I'll tell you that much. So, oh dear God,
are we getting Canadian Spider-Man back here?
Is it coming back?
Yeah, I think the Mexican mafia got him.
Yeah, he's got some rough internet down there in Mexico.
Yeah, because he has a question here, and but I'll get to that here in a second. So, Lost Wanderer, what's the hardest part of actually starting your show and going live? That's my biggest hurdle for YouTube.
Well, we all start in our own way, folks. Some people start as content creators like I did, and then gradually evolve into live streaming. Same with Loki. He started off speaking his mind in video form, and then became a full-time live streamer every weekday at what time is it your time, Loki? Is it like
8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday?
I think it's 1 o'clock for me, but in the afternoon. So we all start in our own way, and some people can start off with little shorts and clips, and then move on to content creation. There's no one way to go far as a rising star, but I can't tell you how you can start and succeed, but I can tell you how I started and got to where I am. And hopefully this conversation with all of these wonderful guests explaining how they started off as creators can inspire you to chart your own course, as it were, because we all sink and swim as a result of our own efforts. And if your ship sinks, let's hope you turn into a submarine.
I didn't think I'd ever do a live stream. I really didn't. I mean, this is coming from the guy who's had a live stream Monday through Friday for 3 years.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd do that. And it wasn't until DC invited me on a live stream, my first live stream. And I was nervous. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And then my mic wouldn't connect. My headphones wouldn't connect. It wouldn't let me in StreamYards. It's because my VR helmet that I had, it was taking over the camera for that. And it was like, your camera's out of sync. Well, I didn't think I had a camera. So I'm like, how is my camera keeping me from getting into StreamYards if I don't have a camera? I finally unplugged my VR headset and it's like, okay, you're in. Well, I'm there late. Abu Nas goes ahead of me. And Abu Nas just burned down the whole stream. I mean, people are throwing fireballs in the chat. Abu Nas, he's singing, doing his thing, doing his rap. And DC brings me on after him. And I was just like, I had to up my game. I'm sitting there listening to a guy who knows his shit. He knows what he's doing. And I've got a list of jokes that I have written down that I think might be funny. I just had to throw that shit away, throw it behind me, and go, you know what? I'm just going to go on there, and I'm going to be me. And I had so much fun doing that I said, I'm never going to spend 6 hours on a 10-minute video ever again, because I'm a Yahtzee when it comes to the content. I want it to be perfect. Yeah. So I'll spend all day on a 10-minute video, whereas I can go on a live stream, and in an hour, I've got everything out. I've said my piece. There's no going back. It's all live and it's done for the day.
Yeah.
It's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was addicted. After that first live stream, I wanted to do it more and more and more and more and more. And I came up with that weekend. I came up with the idea. I said, you know what? Monday through Friday, nobody's doing a morning show. No one in our fellowship is doing a morning show. Let's do a morning show.
So you're kind of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy.
Yeah. Ask Mexican Iron Man. He'll tell you there is no plan. He sent me a script the first time he came on my show. He's like, I'm going to send you a script, and here's our timestamps. And did you read it, Loki? I go, yeah, I read it, dude. We'll go by, yeah. And he's on there, and he's like, Loki, the private chat. You're not doing. We were supposed to talk about this, and I'm like, no, screw all that. Let's just go with the flow, and we'll go with it.
That's funny.
I never get tired of,
I've never heard anybody do an impression of Mike. That's funny. Sounds just like him.
We've got to do it this way. What the timestamps, Loki? The timestamps. No, screw all the timestamps.
So what was that? What was that on your show? What was it yesterday with Mike about?
That was this morning.
Yeah, it was this morning. Yeah, that's right. This morning. What was it about his son or something like that?
Okay, so Mike's kid is coming to live there.
Yeah,
and his ex-wife is moving as well. So his kid and his ex-wife are moving to South Carolina.
Right.
And everybody's been busting Mike's balls about the married lady that he didn't know was married, going out the window and all of that. And I cast one out into the pond this morning. He was like, well, I'm not going to be able to do as much of this YouTube things because my boy's coming down. And he's like, he's going to move in with me, but my ex isn't going to move in with me. And I said, Mike, did she ever remarry? And he goes, well, no. And I said, well, that's why she's not moving back in with you. She's not married.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Oh, jeez.
We never get tired of teasing Mexican Iron Man because he's not Mexican. He's the male Elizabeth Warren. And that's why I tell him to go cut grass around it. That's why I say that. He's not brown. He's cosplaying.
He loves it. Don't ever let anybody convince you that he does not love the banter back and forth.
Yeah, he does.
It's just, it makes his day. It really does, because we all love him. He knows we all love him, and joking with him and joshing him and messing with him, he absolutely loves it. He can't get enough.
No. Okay, so this one for Canadian Spider-Man here, just in case you drop out again. Okay, so Canadian Spider-Man, how long are you going to be traveling?
Short answer, till I run out of money, which should be about 6 to 8 weeks from now. Yeah.
Ah,
Mexico's about 2/3 the price of Canada in a lot of ways. So it's a little more. Apparently, inflation for the last 2 years has been pretty high. So,
damn, I should
yeah,
move
yeah,
there.
6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, and by April it should be warmer back in British Columbia. So hopefully no
Oh
snow
yeah, of
shoveling.
course, because you guys get spring faster than we do here in Alberta. Damn you! So, because by Saturday we're gonna be having like something like -32. So you just lived at the primo time, my friend. So, bastard. So,
Fucking
Yeah.
oh, so-
It was on purpose, man. I sacrificed a lot of.
oh, I
the
know
last
it
3
was.
years.
But yeah, Lost Wanderer, about starting your own show. I don't know, just look at your the only advice I can give you is like, look at yourself. What do you love? What do you like? What are your passions? Go with that, because you know what? If you can, like I tell a lot of people, if you can make your hobby your job, then you never work a day in your life.
yeah.
And that's kind of the same thing with YouTube. If you got a passion for something, or if there's something that you like doing, I don't know, let's say it's woodwork, for example, start making videos about that.
Yeah.
If you're good at it. Or like Gary, hey, what he does, restoring objects. I mean,
Yeah.
damn, he's good at what he does. He's putting them on YouTube. There
Do
you
what
go.
you love, Jeff.
Yeah.
Really find your area of expertise, and then do what other people aren't doing. And the first video you'll get like 5 views or 7 views, and hey, that's good. It's your first video, and there's not going to be 20,000 people showing up to watch your first video, but it'll get bigger and bigger, and you stick with it, and who knows where it could go, but you can't win if you don't run the race. So yeah, that's what I have to add to that.
Yeah. So, let's see. Pop culture Republic says, "Wow, soap is evil. Never knew it." Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Soap is evil.
Really is.
Soap is Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Exactly.
white.
Bathing.
Yeah.
Bathing. Is, yeah,
Bathing.
bathing.
Yeah. That's even communistic now. So now we're getting
Privileged.
into Nazi territory.
We need
But,
people of color soap. That's what we need. We need gay soap. We need bisexual soap.
That's
we
right.
That's
we
soap
need
on a
trans
rope,
soap,
Ryan.
which
you're
makes you
talking-
dirty when you rub it on your skin.
Rainbow soap on a rope. Like, let's not leave anybody out. I mean, come on.
Oh
God.
my!
That's right. I'm in such a lather right now. Oh God.
Yes, we need
It tickles so
transgender
much.
soap.
Yes.
That's
makes
right.
you
My
good.
nipples are 3 Smarties long. Oh, so good. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
God, dude.
I'm just trying to fill time with humor.
Hmm.
So yeah, if it isn't offensive, then it ain't funny, right? So
That's correct.
Amen.
yeah. So Pop Culture Republic, yeah. After a couple of live streams, I'm slowly getting used to talking to my computer and rambling on.
Hmm.
No, it's yeah. I totally get where you're coming with that. Yeah, because really, you're reading a chat. Yeah, you're literally like just talking to your computer in a camera and just hoping to God that people don't turn you off, I guess.
Right.
So, no, sure. Yeah, yeah.
I was just going to say, we're all computer generated. None of us are real. We're
That's
all
right.
constructs of the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly right. So,
Hmm.
yeah, and if you guys have any more questions for these guys, just pop them in the chat. So, Phantom Outsider says, "Hey, X and Gamard man has to have a structure. Those tortillas ain't gonna pick themselves. Also, if those rabbit chickens aren't fed on a timely fashion, they will stampede." So,
Yeah.
oh my God, yeah. So
They will fucking
That's-
attack.
this is one question I got to ask. Okay. So I don't know if Loki knows or Gary knows or Steve knows. What is the deal with Alf? Him and Alf?
I've always wanted to know that too.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
only
here-
thing he's
okay.
ever.
Was
Go
it a
ahead,
bad
Loki.
date or
Go ahead.
something?
So here's the deal. Mike hated Alf when he was a kid. Now, there are some of us that surmise that because Alf was taken by like the INS version of Alien, Alien Watch, that he had to go back home. So like the alien INS took him back home, that he hated the memory so much.
That's not true. It's fucking
What?
funny, but is that real?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Okay, so we've got a picture
Okay.
of Mike
Not that
in
I'm
an
picking
Alf
on Mike, okay?
shirt
So
when
don't get
he's
me
like
wrong.
when he's like 10 years old and an Alf lunchbox. So that little bastard liked it. He just hated it. And yeah, so his mom dressed him in the Alf clothes with the Alf lunchbox. Hell, when he came to Dallas, I gave him an Alf puppet that he still has because we were going to do like a thing with Snow Dub. So he's better with Alf now, but yeah, the Alf thing was real. So that was the thing. And it's just enough of us razzed him about it that it eventually got absolutely out of hand, and now everyone knows that he hates Alf. So
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
he hates Alpero more. That
Hmm.
that communist dog. He hates more than Alf. But
He told us once that his mom didn't know that he hated Alf. Like since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like one day I told my mom, I can't stand Alf, and she just looked at him with this like, I don't know you, like this. Like, she was
Well,
really
I heard her.
devastated by it.
I heard her. She's like, "Oh, little mijo, no, you love the Alf," and I'm like, "Oh my god," And she's like, "No, you love the Alf." So I've heard her over the phone
Yeah.
tell him, "No, mijo, you love the Alf," and he's like, "No, mom, I didn't."
Never did. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't
Oh, that's
know him.
hilarious.
I don't know you anymore.
Are you my son?
Probably
Exactly.
not, considering
No.
the family dynamic. Of,
Yeah, exactly. No, mijo, you like the elf. So
Yeah.
Where do you think Mexican
It's-
Iron Man
okay.
got the genomes for flying out of windows? He got it from his parents, obviously. My
yeah,
goodness,
exactly right. So,
it's in the blood.
God. And the Lost Wanderer says, I've been doing podcasts for almost 4 years. Need to translate it to YouTube one day soonish. Oh, really? Well, that's very
Clobber and
interesting.
Times did that. Clobber and Times did that for a
Yeah.
long time before he
He
started a YouTube channel. He was doing podcasts.
Yeah, because he had mentioned a couple of times he was doing like radio shows and stuff like that, but I guess
Yep.
he was meaning podcasts.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's really interesting. So,
There
what
you
kind of
go, Jeff.
podcast, Lost Wanderer?
Jeff, your
you know,
avatar is really cool, man. I like it a lot. I like your image. That's very cool graphic. Hadn't seen
Yes.
that one before.
It is very slick.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like that sometimes whenever I'm in my spacesuit. Just smash the fucking helmet and dump the beer in.
There you go.
Fucking.
Drink from the skulls of your enemies.
So,
Yeah, Phantom Outsider got it right there. He was traumatized by Al's deportation. Yes.
That's
Wow.
funny.
But I wonder if Mexican Iron Man never saw the Elf movie that came, a few years after that.
I think he was so depressed and angry by then that he was just like, no. Mm-mm.
No, not gonna do it, huh? Yeah, okay. So let's see. Yeah, Lost Wanderer. One show is about space and science. The other is about D&D. Could incorporate my art on the D&D show on the YouTube side. Yeah,
There you go.
do it.
We
man.
always need more artists too.
Yeah.
Man, we always need more artists in this fellowship. I see more and more people like, how do I get this kind of graphic? How do I get this kind of how do I get my channel art to look good? There are always people looking for good artists too.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jeff's a
Um,
great artist. He posts a lot of his art on Twitter and stuff like that, and that's where he needs to start there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was one person who was it on Twitter that told me, what's her name? Mandy. She has like one of those indie comics. That's out. She's more on the comic gate side of things.
Mandy Summers.
Yeah, Mandy Summers.
Yep.
And she said, yeah,
She's cool.
yeah, she is pretty cool.
Mm.
You know, she's been helping me a little bit on the comic side of things, you know, little by little. Because there's a few things that I'm trying to figure out as well. But what she told me, Lost Wonder, is just post, just post and post and post, and spread your artwork around. And you know, if you're gonna do it on YouTube as well, start sharing it all over the place. You know, maybe even open up a Rumble account as well, and start spreading it on Rumble as well. You know, as opposed to maybe only YouTube. So.
Mm.
You know, diversify, spread your message as much as possible. You know, and if a lot of people like what they see, then you know what? That's half the battle right there, because then they're going to spread it for you as well. So do it. Do it now. So and Phantom Outsider says, yeah, they didn't just kick Alf out of the country. They kicked him off the planet. Anyone know what his reaction is to the movie Born in East LA? I don't want to speculate, but I'm sure others can.
It's a great fucking
So-
movie. I love that movie.
Oh god, that was an awesome movie.
Funny as hell. I
So,
love that fucking
Gets
movie.
stuck in Mexico, loses his ID, and then tries to get back into LA.
In a
Who's the
weed
president of the
van.
United States?
Yeah, and a weed
Oh, it's that
man,
guy
yeah.
from Death Valley days, you know, John Wayne.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's a
That
great
was so
fucking
awesome.
movie.
I haven't seen that in forever.
There you go. Go
God.
check it out.
Oh,
It's
I'm
funny.
gonna have to now. So, yeah. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Want to add to the chat? I mean, Steve, you've been awfully quiet.
Mm.
I'm always
Speak up,
quiet,
Steve.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right, you dingleberries. To answer the first question, let me scroll it up. Crap, where is it? I'm looking through the chat.
Oh,
the
from the
question
from
was-
the Lost Wanderer.
I have memory loss, man. I don't remember anything.
Mm.
You gotta stop
know,
drinking
right?
for a few hours. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, just a couple of minutes, please. God.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
no,
about
wasn't that
how
one?
I think it was Phantom that asked the question, and I'm looking through this. It was the question that how do you get into doing live stream?
Oh yeah, what's the hardest? This one
Um,
here. Yeah, what's the hardest part of
There you
actually
go.
starting
Do
your
that
show?
one.
and
Oh
going
yeah, it
live?
was Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, having social anxiety, I don't like to speak in front of people
Mhm.
Right.
at all, just because it's nerve wracking for me, and it's a learning curve. So that was my issue, and going on pop culture, that breakdown, that kind of helped break the mold of being nervous, and I still get it sometimes, but for me, it's just, if you love what you do and you don't have an outlet to actually do it, just make a video or do a live stream. It's like what Gary said. If you get 5 people to watch your first stream, that's awesome. Keep going. It doesn't. A lot of people think that, oh, I'm going to do a live stream and I'm going to get 20,000 views at the beginning. That's not how it works. And I think it's an obstacle with different obstacles for different people. For me, it's just speaking. And for me, if I go and do a live stream like my show and just talk and be the host and put myself out there, then it's pushing myself to not be so socially awkward and
Mhm.
anxiety with everyone. And I know there's a lot of people that have public speaking problems, and which is fine. it's how to overcome it. And I know Gary's helped me overcome some of those things. And it's just, yeah, I always say, like, you know what? If you just have a mic and a camera and a computer, that's all you need. And maybe lights, that would be important to have, you know.
Yeah,
But it's,
lighting's important if you want to show your ugly mug on the screen.
I know, look at this. But it's, yeah, if you struggle with something but you love and a passion to do something, just do it. Whether it's like building something and you just have the camera and you're doing a live stream and you're building something and you just have the camera on that, do that. Or if you want to do like puzzles, I mean, do that. I mean, it's endless of what you can do. So you're gonna find an audience no matter what.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, like I mean, don't expect your first time to go smoothly. Yeah, you're gonna be nervous as hell. You're gonna fumble your words, but you know what? It's okay, because the way you got to see it is it's like a muscle, and the only way the muscle gets stronger is you keep exercising it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's the same way of getting on a live show or just getting on camera and doing a news article like some of us do, right? You know, just putting a YouTube video up. It's like an exercise. The more you keep doing it, the more you get used to it, and it just becomes second nature. It becomes nothing. It's just a walk in the park after that. You know. Yeah, occasionally you screw up here and there, but you know what? It's not as big of a deal, you know, as opposed to the first time when you do it, and then you think, "Oh my God, I just royally messed up." You know, I'm never gonna go on camera again. You know, yeah, a lot of people think that, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just have fun with it, and that's the main thing. Have fun with what you're doing.
Oh
Because
yeah,
if it ain't
we
fun,
all make mistakes.
yeah,
We all
if it ain't
have
fun,
our
it's not worth doing then.
Yeah, if you're not enjoying yourself, boy, you gotta
Something's
rethink
wrong.
it. Yeah,
Something is wrong. If you do this and you are not having fun, something is seriously wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're having a good time, when you're laughing, the audience is having a good time. The audience is laughing, and that's why they're here.
Well, I was just going to
Like
say
John
that I
Reynolds
have.
and like John Reynolds said, yeah, pretend the audience is naked. Oh wait, that's worse. Never mind. So,
I do that every Thursday.
Well, you pretend all the dudes on your panel are naked?
No, it's just I have the mirror right here. You know.
Hey! No
I
wonder
love
you're so
juicy.
awestruck and speechless. You're staring at your own ass.
You gotta do it.
how you doing?
How am I doing? How am I doing? How you doing?
Hey, sailor, you can park your ship in my port. Right?
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
Wow.
Oh my God!
Down on the docks, picking himself up.
Canadian Spider-Man, you're muted. I know you're saying stuff. You're muted.
Yeah, I am. They're having some sort of didgeridoo festival next door.
Man,
here.
let's hear
There's
it.
a pub restaurant.
Yeah, bring it on, man.
Yeah,
Let's hear
well,
it. Turn on
they
the
just
didgeridoo.
stopped. They just stopped.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
think
I
pretty
can
good.
do a great didgeridoo. You want to hear my didgeridoo? Here's my didgeridoo. There we go.
I thought didgeridoo was.
Oh, there we go. You can hear it.
Didgeridoo
I don't know
for
if you
hire.
can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
What a great
Pretty
instrument.
good. Yeah.
I know, right? Who
Yeah,
thought
I've got
you
one.
know,
I
you
just
never
can't
played
circular
the
breathe
instrument
yet.
knows. Oh, really? Yeah, I know. That takes quite the muscle power in your nasal cavity to be able to do that. Unless you're some sort of Australian aborigine to be able to do that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to practice circular breathing. I bought one of it when I backpacked through there about 20 years ago. And at the time, going down the West Coast in a van, kitted out for camping with two other Canadians, we stopped every night on the side of the road wherever we would work and just practiced for a couple hours. and I got this close to being able to circular breathe. But it is a talent. Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy is good.
Dang.
Ooh.
And
Let's
good
see.
point about if you're not enjoying this, if you're not having fun, if you're not meeting fun people,
Mhm.
then what do what's your motivation?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a serious
precisely.
problem.
Yeah. Pop Culture Republic, general question. What's some of the off the wall advice you were given when you were starting out? Sorry, can't think of any good questions. No, actually, you know what? That's a pretty good question.
Mm.
Some of the
So
off the wall advice you were
after
given.
after I did my first live stream, I asked
Mhm.
DC, I said, is there anything that you would, critique me on? Is there any advice you would give me? And he said, Loki, my friend, go commando. That's how I do it. And I was like, holy shit. All right, DC. All right, do live stream commando. All right. So that's the best advice I can give you.
Yeah,
No,
he
he
gives the
really
same
didn't say
advice to
that.
his wrenches.
I'm
He
wondering,
really
do-
didn't say that. Someone's gonna go and tell him now. Someone's gonna go and be like, "Oh my god, DC, Loki said you stream Commando."
It was a morning thing, I think.
I'm gonna ask him after one of the shows.
See,
got him
see?
alone. Yeah.
So proud of you, Spider-Man. Dude, let's all start asking him that. So yeah, we heard that you offered the advice of going commando while doing a live stream. Yes, I did. It's awfully freeing. So and when it
He
really
probably
bored,
does it
I
buck
can stick
naked
in my
with just
tumbler
socks on or
dumplings.
something like that,
I
That's
would.
the joke on
Probably.
us. It's just he's
Yeah.
probably stark naked, just fucking,
in a
Don't
bathrobe.
say that.
laughing
Hey,
his
for
ass
those
off
of us, that don't go live on a camera, I tell you what,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit we could get up to. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Every morning I get up, I get dressed. I've got a white shirt on, so
Yeah.
I'm usually have a sleep shirt. I'm usually still in my sleep shirt. It's 8 a.m. Fuck it, I'm not getting dressed when I'm not going to go on camera. So I mean, it's just, but at least I'm wearing clothes, so at least people know
Yeah.
that. Sometimes I have some flannel pajama pants or some shit, but I'm comfortable. I'm shit. I'm not spending an hour getting ready if I'm not going on camera. So
Wow.
I am comfortable in the morning.
I
That
can't
sounds
do
good,
I do
because
a
we've got shop
mask
window
every
right here.
week before I get on camera. I go to the
really?
esthetician. They peel. It's a
Exfoliate.
big deal. Yeah, I got a hairstylist. I got makeup. I got all kinds of. I got lighting everywhere. I got a whole crew
Damn,
here.
It sounds like
Damn, those
Eris. That's
scriptural
what Eris does. She's got the mask, the overnight mask on Friday nights, and the makeup, and the hour getting ready for an hour, and the hair. And, yeah.
Exactly.
That just reminds me of American Psycho. It just really reminds me of
Yeah.
that.
There you go.
mask thingy.
And Bunny Mom Ambrosia says, yeah, mistakes make it more authentic, more unique to you and your personality. Recovery from the mistakes is what really matters. No, that is totally true. So, how you react makes all the difference between quitting and not quitting. Yeah, don't picture me naked. Well, maybe 30-year-old top physical hockey me naked is okay. No, I won't. I'm
Neither
sorry.
of those are okay, Jeff. But thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
Try, but I appreciate that. So, Phantom Outsider, I think that crowd in Times Square on New Year's Eve would probably be easy to kidnap, as they're standing around in the freezing cold looking at a ball. Seems like they're really amused. They're easily amused. Yeah, I think they are. So, I don't know what that has to do with. Okay, whatever. Maybe I just missed something. So, I don't care.
I think
because it's my
I
show
think it
and-
was had to do with doing the live stream. You could just pop your camera up and then live stream it or something. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. Or
Probably.
what if you did this? What if you did a live stream? You hooked it up to one of the buildings in Times Square, and you had the big old camera, whatever projection thing. I mean, there you go. You got a couple thousand people viewing it right there. I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
count on YouTube. It's just going to add its one view. But I mean, you got 20,000 people watching, or however many.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
right.
Yeah,
And you know what?
numbers don't matter. Don't ever pay attention to that little ticker in the top of the screen. Don't ever pay attention to what the damn thing says when you're done. Don't none of that matters, especially the first year you were live, you were doing your stuff. Do not pay any attention
Yeah.
to those damn numbers. Stay away from it. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy what you're doing and have a good time.
Mhm.
Good
I
advice
think
right there.
with I agree, but I also think that if you're doing like an actual show and you have things scripted out or something, looking at the views, if it's low, you can kind of look back and be like, hey, what worked and what didn't work? All right,
That's true.
that didn't work, so I'm gonna add that. But you're right. Don't look at the view count. Don't even when I live stream, I don't even look at how many people are watching because it's gonna distract me. I just want to do what I want to do and have all the guys just have fun. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
Do a great
I'm
show,
more
and the
worried.
people will be there eventually.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gary.
You
Yes.
do good work. You know, you gotta do a great show. Number one.
Just focus on the chat and not the view count, and you'll
Is-
have it
Focus
so much
on your
easier.
show.
Is there a level on YouTube that a tier that you can pay for, where there's a tool where you can tell at what point during your stream this many people were watching, and at this
Yes.
hour this many people were watching?
Yes. Go to what you want to do is the easiest way to do that is to get the YouTube Studio app. And for instance, I'm going to look at Taco Tuesday this morning.
Yeah.
And you go to your view more. And then what you want is you want your concurrent viewer analytics. So at, let's see, 38 minutes into the show, we had 59 people. That's where it peaked. But we kept 50 people on that show for 40 minutes. To me, that's more important
That's good.
because we maintained a certain level of viewers for the majority of the show than
Right.
like what I'm worried about max viewers. So you can get in there with your YouTube app. You can also do this. It's a little harder if you do it on the computer. You just go to My Studio in your computer, but you can break down when exactly you hit your peak, how long you maintained your majority. You can go into chat too. Like they did 868 chat messages this morning in an hour from that many people. So you can look at that. You can see when they were talking the most, when they were the most quiet over the course of. But sometimes when you're done, what I would do is if you really want to look at this stuff, don't look at it when you're done. Wait till the end of the day because there's going to be conflicting messages. Like right now, if I look at my analytics, it says I have 39 views. We've had almost 200 people watch that since it went live.
Yeah.
But it says on my analytics, I only have 39 views and I have 0.5 hours of watch time. If I had a majority of 50 people in there for almost an hour, I've got a lot more than 0.5 hours of watch time. The analytics aren't always correct for like the first 24 hours. So that's why I say don't even bother messing looking into that until you really get an idea of what you're doing and how long you've been doing it and you got a feel for it. Don't even worry about any of that shit your first year. But yeah, you can.
Thanks
the
for that.
app,
Excellent. Thank you.
the YouTube app is YouTube Studio app on your phone is your friend, and if you go into YouTube Studio in the computer, you can get breakdowns of everything, and you can see like what time is the best for you, and what time you'll have the most type of audience. I've got a decent UK following, so it shows me that in the morning I have a lot of UK people. Well, come 6 p.m. in the evening, there's almost no one in the UK except this guy above me watching YouTube. So it's like all of that falls off after 5 p.m., 6 p.m. But a lot of the US viewers that I have are watching. So I know if I'm going to do a late show, if I'm going to do something like that, the majority of my viewers are going to be US viewers instead of UK viewers. It's little things like
Excellent.
that, and it'll tell you when they're watching the most too.
And,
So
and
that's-
how much of a difference, an improvement in your viewers and watch hours have you noticed by strictly following that, using that advice and making a routine?
I don't. It says I
What
should be
difference does it
doing.
make, do you think?
It could. I've never fully done what it's told me to do, and that aggravates the shit out of Mexican Iron Man. He's like, you know, if the app's telling you to do this, you need to. Well, I'd be doing the show at 11 p.m. instead of 8
Right.
or 11 a.m. because it says out of everybody, the majority of my viewers are always watching at 11 a.m. So that's when it says I should be doing my show, but I get a lot of people coming in the morning show at 8 a.m. So it's like they know I'm going to be live 8 a.m. and some people wake up specifically to watch that.
You're
So
darn
I
right.
don't want to mess with that. I don't ever want to mess with that. So YouTube, that what it's telling me in the algorithm, that part I ignore. But that's on me, and Mike obviously hates that.
Don't
But
trust
it
the
will-
establishment, folks. Never trust the establishment.
It can guide you. It can guide you on releases when you should release videos, when you're most likely to get the most views on release videos. But the algorithm has to learn all that from your subscribers. That's why I'm like, that first year, don't even worry about any of that your first year. Don't mess with it. Don't look at it. Don't take it to heart, because it's got to learn from your audience what they like, when they want to see something, and what they like to see.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And that was one thing I was obsessing over, you know, when I was actually really starting to take my channel seriously. It's like, you know, oh my God, I got to learn all this stuff about the analytics and, you know, how many people are watching or how many likes I'm getting and, you know, yada, 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 you know, and it's almost overwhelming because then you start to think, you know, if I don't do this, then I'm not going to get that, right? And then I thought, you know what? After a while, I just thought, who cares? Just post a video. And if people like it, people like it. You know, why do I got to stress over something that I mean, because we all know that, you know, YouTube loves demonetizing certain people, you know, because of certain thinking. Let's put it that way. You know, and that just kind of clicked with me. It's like, you know, why should I be worried about, you know, something like YouTube when they do this? You know, am I really going to give a damn, you know, what their analytics really say? I'm just going to post for fun. See where the chips fall. And that's basically it. You know? So who cares? Who cares what the analytics say? Just have fun with it. That's what I think.
And so much better. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to go, mainly because it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh God. Well, that would do it. Well, Roger, Ryan, plug your channel for the people here so they can find you, if you would please.
Sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully there have been ladies watching this show. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully this will be the first 2 hours of many. You never know, because I don't know exactly what time it is over in North and South America. But it's been great to be here for, 2 hours? 2 hours and 3 minutes? Because the first 2 minutes of this show didn't air because StreamYard is a bitch. That's why this guy is moving to Restream. So you see, folks, I keep files because I got to remember things because I don't remember anything. So thank you all very much for having me on. I hope CRC or Michael or whatever you like to call yourself, this will be the first of many appearances. But it's been great to get to know new faces, and hopefully I'll be back sometime soon. So if you want to find more of me, it's you can literally just type it anywhere. Ryan Roger Athe, and you will find me. Hopefully.
There you
Fingers
go.
crossed.
That or
YouTube,
Captain
Twitter.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Good to stream with you, man. Good to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
All right, Ryan.
And
See you later.
And Ryan, I just want to say thank you for that video. What was it? Was it last year? Or
I'd
was
have to
it the
check
year
my
before?
record, but you were
But
definitely a rising star, my good
yeah,
man.
and and I just want to say, thank you very much for that plug. It was a complete surprise when I found out that, oh my God, this guy that I have no idea who he is or where he is or whatever,
Mhm.
is talking about me, considering me as a rising star and all that. And yeah, and I want to say thank you. So, have a good night. Get some sleep.
Sure. Bye for now, everyone.
Later,
More
Ryan.
rising
All right.
stars.
Later, Ryan.
Take care.
Soon.
See ya. And now in the chat, we're going to be introducing somebody else. He's a wise ass, almost as equal to Gary Ambrosia here. We're going to be introducing another Gary, Mr. Gary from Pop
Oh
Culture Minefield.
no, not
I'm
this
the other
guy.
white meat.
Not this guy.
I've actually met Ambrosio once before with Midnight's Edge. Cool dude.
How you
Oh,
doing,
yeah?
Gary? Good
He
to
has
see
the
you, man.
best freaking hoodie I've ever seen. Look at that thing. I want that hoodie.
It's
I
slick,
got this.
man.
I got this crappy Spider-Man hoodie on.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Nothing's crappy about Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's just a crappy
Nice to meet you.
hoodie.
Yeah.
It's good seeing you guys. Rancor, Canadian Spider-Man, and of course that asshole Stone Loki, who I'm friends with.
Hi, Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh.
You know, Clobby and I decided to start calling each other different names. I thought you'd find it funny. I call him Clobbery, and he calls me Jagary.
Oh my god. I'll have to call him that when I see him on Wednesday. What's up, Clobbery?
Clobbery. Because somebody was like, I think they were drunk and they said his name wrong, and I caught it, and I'm like, I'm keeping that. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Mike.
Hey, how's it going there, bud?
Not too bad. How's life up there in Canada?
In the frozen Arctic tundra, that will soon be minus 32. It's great. I got a well supply of whale blubber waiting for me at the home, at the igloo.
At the igloo.
So, yeah, exactly. I got my polar bear parked out front waiting. So, all good here, eh?
Hey,
syrup,
thank God that Ryan Roger Athay left. My God. I didn't get to see any of this because I've been busy doing art all night. So what's going on? How's it going?
Well, not too bad. I mean, you're in on the 25th live show of Titillating Tuesdays. Enter the Geekosphere. So
Any
and
show with the word "tit" in it is good with me.
oh, there you go. I thought that would appeal to you.
Titillating
So,
I was very
Tuesday.
titillated by it.
yeah, exactly. Very, very titillating. So it just
You get a great
makes me light up.
panel, man.
I know. Well, I tried my best. So, and half of it was begging. So I couldn't lose either way. But no, I thought, you know what? I'm going to invite a bunch of guys that I've been, watching or either partook with or, that had me on and whatnot. And you were one of them. And tonight we're just basically talking about, what made you want to get on YouTube and do the thing that you're doing? What was that moment that kind of clicked in your head and said, you know what? I'm going to start a channel. I'm going to start a show.
But I didn't want to. Keith forced
Really?
me to do it. Yeah. I
Oh, yeah?
just wanted to be behind the camera and direct and have him be the host of the show. And he's like, nope. He kept not showing up and finally said, okay, I'll get on camera. And that's how it started.
Oh, wow. So you really got him to blame.
Yeah, I do blame him. What the heck?
So
Yeah, I know. White guy blaming a black guy. Think about that. That could go over well.
Jeez. Well, I'm amazed that he's not crying victimhood or anything like that. So, yeah.
You're at Bros. What on God's green earth are you doing here? Man, you're so much cooler
What's
than the
that?
show. You are so much cooler than the show. What are you doing here?
Oh, I am? Well, shit, I better get out of here then. I want to fucking, you know.
I always
I don't
You
need
got like
this
a
love the
shit.
stuff behind you, man.
dude. You gotta look good for tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, well, I got to get my beauty
Get your
rest. I got to
nails
do my
done.
mask. Oh, I know, man.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
gonna
Get your
I'm gonna get my nails
done.
done. I'm gonna get
You got to get
pampered.
your eyebrows done.
Yeah, are you kidding? Look at
That's
these
right.
caterpillars. I got to get them done, man.
For $1.99, we can do it for cheap.
The Paul Rudd of the Fellowship, Gary Ambrosia, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Wow.
there we go.
All right.
There we go.
I love your background, dude. That is so awesome. I find
Which
that
ones?
Gary, you're breaking up a lot, man. You got a bad connection there or something.
yeah. Sorry about that.
No.
Yeah, I shouldn't even be here. I need to get back to doing artwork. I just want to stop in and say hi.
Well, we're good to
Yeah,
see you,
well,
man. I haven't seen you in
yeah.
a while. We got to get together, man.
No, exactly. You know, and I mean, if you got to run, then you know, I mean, I just want to say to you, you know, thanks for having me on the show. Whenever you're hosting the window and StreamYard, and also on top of that, letting me do that intro for Saturday Morning Fun Time, and you know, just willing to accept me on your show. You know, whenever you guys go live. No, I can't make it all the time because I'm just busy, but you know, just want to say thanks for giving me that chance and doing that.
Yeah, you're in the middle of doing Canadian stuff. It's crazy.
I know, right? I've got to get out of Canadistan, so you know, escape.
Yeah,
Plenty of
but I hate just popping in and
Plenty of room
leaving.
here.
I have a deadline on a book cover. It's got to be done tonight. So, but I want to
Really?
stop by and say hi. Yeah, Del Dye. I work for Del Dye. If you don't know him, Gary, you should know him. Gary
Oh, I know
Del
Dale.
Dye, the guy
Yeah.
behind. He's my
Sure.
boss,
All right.
and he's got a new cover, and I'm working on. And they have expectations of it to be a masterpiece. Well, the book
Yeah.
will be a masterpiece. The art
Captain
will be okay.
Dale Dye.
It'll sell the book. He's the
Yeah,
bomb. He's the
man.
bomb diggity, yo.
Yeah,
he's a bum.
He's
But
fucking
anyway,
great.
I want you guys to have a great night. Thanks for inviting me over, Mike. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, hey, not a problem. You know, I just, you know, this show is supposed to be basically a love letter to you guys. You know, for thanks for inspiring me and helping me out, and you know, connecting with all you guys. Really, you know. So,
I gave you advice at one point.
oh yeah, in your own kind of small-minded way, yeah.
I mean, I may have told you to just fuck off, but I mean, now you got me
That's
on the
advice.
show. Okay, all right.
You know,
Give
that's
it up,
advice.
asshole.
I
Give
don't
it up.
fuck off. I fuck on, and when I fuck, I fuck you. So fuck you. So, yeah.
I see Pope's in the chat. Good old Pope's in the chat. Penny's here too. Hi, Penny. But anyway,
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man, good to see you. Loki, it's always good to see you, buddy. Rankers,
Hey,
nice
brother.
meeting you. I don't
Good to
think
see
we've
you,
met
too.
before.
Thank you,
Yeah,
And
I've ever met you.
Gary. Really quick before you go, thank you
Hi.
for what you did for 24, brother. Seriously.
dude, I fucking love that guy, man.
Yeah. So thank you very much, brother.
Oh, you bet. It was my pleasure to do that stuff, and any more I can do, I'll be there, man. But anyway, Gary Ambrosia, I love your name, dude. That is like a $50 name. I
It
swear
is.
to God. You have a good night, and look, man, Mike, or as we also know you, the Comic Relief Crusader. Have a good night, man. And
you too. There was a
make sure
question for
you-
you, but you got to
re-
go. So,
put your
Yeah.
oh, you got a question? Quick, make it quick.
okay, question for you: are you upset that the current Hollywood is littering the pop culture landscape with cow pie, aka cow poop?
You mean, am I unhappy with the current trend in Hollywood?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Are you
I
upset
don't
with
like
the
it.
current Hollywood. Yeah,
That's why I like the fact that I work in independent film. I would never work in Hollywood again, ever.
Yep.
I won't even work
Yeah.
for the major comic book publishers. I refuse.
Good.
yeah. I know that's originally what I wanted to do, but
My last
No.
big job was G.I. Joe. When I did that cover for G.I. Joe, I was done.
oh, for IDW.
hmm
Oh wow,
And I
Damn.
love Tom. I love a lot of the people over there at IDW, but I don't want to work for them.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to work for any of them.
No.
They're too woke for me.
Oh yeah, that's why they lost a Hasbro license. So
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about that.
But
I'm
that's
really
okay.
not. I'm not allowed
I
to.
can. That's okay. I can. So, but
But anyway, any other question, or is that it?
I think that's it. You know, you can get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck off and go do some artwork.
Yeah.
Guys, have a good
Yeah,
night.
you
Good
do
seeing
that.
all y'all.
All right, Gary. See you later. Good to see you,
Take it
man.
easy, brother.
Good seeing you too,
Yeah.
Gary. All right,
All
bye.
right.
And once again,
I'll see you later, man.
I'm the other Gary, also known as the other white meat.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Later.
That was awesome. Okay. Yeah, and apparently we have also here Mr.
Oh,
Andy
shit.
Masterson.
Oh shit.
I am not a
Oh,
Gary.
boy.
No,
You're
not
fucking
Gary.
A right. You're not a Gary.
Hey, Andy, good to see you, man. Good to have
Hey
you.
guys,
What's up,
What's
dude?
up, Andy?
look at Canadian
Ah.
Spider-Man and enjoying all that wonderful Mexican weather.
I know.
I know,
Look at him.
right?
He's all
Look how-
tan.
Yeah. Drinking away some
Oh,
Corona.
shit.
Jeez. Man, living the
Canadian
life.
Mexican Spider-Man.
There you go.
That's right. He's gone south.
Aye,
at the
aye, aye, aye,
border.
eh?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's mixing that tequila with the maple syrup. So,
Put the lime in the coconut.
yeah, exactly. Right?
It's hard. You can't find maple syrup down here unless you run into another Canadian, to be honest.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
really.
That's right.
You have to literally run into another Canadian.
Which is never.
Hey,
It's
man.
fucking funny.
I'm smelling that tree sap that you got on you, eh? You must be Canadian, eh? So,
What's up, Loki?
what?
What is up? What is up, Andy? How are you doing, man?
Another day in paradise.
I
yeah.
imagine.
So, the Great Life Plan, Plan B. So, no, just wanted to have you on. We've talked quite a few times, and I wanted to invite you on, and just ask the simple question. What was it that clicked inside of you to want to get on YouTube, start your own channel?
I want to get more people into 6-scale collecting and just toy collecting in general, just like to have something that makes you feel to have fun with, that you don't have to worry about, you can, an action figure will never let you down. It's like, no matter, it's already created. So you don't have to worry about it being, it sits on your shelf like digital, like physical media. So nobody can go in and retroactively take your DVD of Blazing Saddles and make it for a modern audience. Just like your action figure on the shelf, it can represent whatever you want it to be. If, hey, you know what? If in your universe, Spider-Man's gay, no offense, Canadian Spider-Man, just a regular Spider-Man, but it's like, it's just one of those things where you can, that's your universe. You can have your universe. Like, if you want to put Hulk in a skirt, put Hulk in a skirt, but if you want to keep Hulk looking like the classic Hulk and the classic Spider-Man, the classic Iron Man, classic Captain America, and you put them on your shelf and that's your universe, and anybody comes over your house and says well, technically in canon, you can say, the hell out, get out. I don't need that negativity in my life. And the divorce papers will be coming soon.
So what was it that made you hypothetically speaking just wake up one day and say, you know what, I just want to get on YouTube? What was that decision?
I had a bunch of people asking me questions about how I made custom figures and stuff like that, and I realized that there's a lot of stuff out there, but there's not really a single audience for a lot of things, and there was a lot of people in this audience that that wanted to know more about it, that wanted to see more things about how to make action figures, and what it was, what made them special and things like that. And it's like, hey, you know what, if I can help people with that, I'll see if I can throw some advice out there and get them started on it.
Yeah. So how long ago did you start yours?
It was a year on Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Literally 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Well, a little over a year ago now, but wow.
Yep.
Huh. That's amazing. So, let's see. We got what's this from Phantom Outsider? Remember, Canadian Spider-Man, if you're going to use that hammock, check for snakes and spiders. Probably better not use that hammock. So, no, probably not. So, and you're still muted. So, and
Yeah, no, you check everything here for spiders, especially. Yeah, snakes. You know what? I haven't seen one except in the water, which freaked the shit out of me. Like I
Really?
didn't know all snakes can swim. Apparently they can.
Yeah, apparently
Freaks the
so.
shit out of me. I'd rather see a shark than a snake in the water.
Oh, and Penny, you got to get going. Well, good night, Penny. Thank you for joining in on the chat on Titillating Tuesday. Great to have you here again. So we shall hopefully see you later. So let's see. And if anybody has any more questions, just drop on by. Drop one in the chat, I mean. And hopefully we're still going to get Cardinal Sin drop in because I'm not sure if he still has his show going on right now or not. So apparently
He messaged me earlier saying he was looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I'm just still hoping that he's going to drop by because he definitely wanted to get on. So yeah, so you've had your channel for pretty much a year now, Andy. And how should I put this? What's the one thing that you've learned the most starting your own channel on YouTube and putting content out?
Making videos is really hard. It's like, especially when you're trying to learn this stuff, it's like, oh yeah, like this microphone stinks. This camera, how to light things up, how to how to put things on it, how to, just like share screens and all this stuff. It's like there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that and then you get on to tutorial videos and you're like, I'm going step by step, trying to match things up. All right, I did that. Now I go back, watch a little bit. I did that, and trying to figure it out. It's I tip my hat to people that do such a good job at it, because I just kind of lumber my way through and kick things over, hack it out without a whole lot of professionalism. But it works. I get the job done, I guess.
No, there you go. What about you, Loki? What was probably the biggest thing you probably have learned so far since starting out?
Oh man, everybody has their own thing. Everybody has their own personality. Everyone has their own way of doing things. Just because you do something one way doesn't mean someone else is doing it the wrong way. It doesn't mean they're doing it the right way. It just means they're doing it their way. You're going to have so many different personalities on this platform. There are people that get pissed because you live stream at the same time they do. Do you know how big YouTube is? There are millions and millions of people, tens of millions of people watching YouTube all the time. Do you think it matters that someone watches that does something the same time you does? No, it doesn't. I've seen friendships end because it's like, that some bitch did something when my time. This is my time. I go live at 8 p.m. That some bitch knows that. And you're like, man, calm down. It's not a life or death situation. It's not any reason to gut somebody. I'm going to his house and I'm going to kill him. And you're like, calm down.
Oh,
but
man.
People are going to do what they're going to do. The biggest thing is we're all different. We all have our own opinion. We all feel strongly about something. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Well, I know it's weird. I mean, yeah, if you really think about it, the millions of channels that are on YouTube, really, you're going to quibble about, your show was on the same time my show was on. Like, dude, there's probably, a few million of shows that are on at the same time yours is at. Like, really, you singly own a time slot that nobody else can go on? Like, give me a break. But then again, that was like one of the things that I was thinking about. It's like, First, for example, Doomcock had, I think, originally his pop culture breakdown on Sunday, right? And then it switched over to Wednesday. But he also had his Friday show, and then Clobbering Times, for example, because usually he has his Saturday night Star Trek. So I didn't want to. I wanted to catch that show, and so I didn't want to do a show on Saturday. And usually he would do his what was it, Monday night, and what was it, like Tuesday and Wednesday night, comic show and stuff like that. Well, because I like a lot of these other shows that say you guys put on, or a lot of other content creators put on, and I thought, well, I want to go live. So, well, it seems like nobody really has a show on Tuesdays. I'll just do Tuesdays. Why not? It's kind of early in the week. I kind of get it out of the way, as soon as possible, so to speak. That was kind of, the mindset at the time, but what was I going to call it? Well, and that's how I just came up with, Titillating Tuesdays. Just
Titillating Tuesdays.
Titillating Tuesdays. I thought,
Live with the Comic Relief Crusader.
Exactly.
So there's not going to be any tits on tonight. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, what a fucking ripoff. I was promised hits. I want to
On
see
that
it.
note,
Thank you. Here we go.
You, Gary. I blame you.
I gotta
There
go.
we
I really do
go.
gotta go, brother. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get
Canadian
ready for
Spider-Man.
tomorrow.
That's all I can do. Sorry.
I do gotta
You
go
could at
though,
least-
brother. I gotta get ready
Oh,
for
do you?
tomorrow. So thank you so much for the invite, Gary Ambrosia. It great getting to be on here with you, Rancor Steve. Good to meet you, brother. Canadian Spider-Man, like I said in the chat earlier, it's a crime we haven't gotten to talk more, brother. I
couldn't
we need
agree
to hang
more.
out more. We do, because Mike's great. He's
I
always
100% agree. I think we have a lot in common for sure, man. And keep doing what you're doing because it's professional and it's entertaining.
Thank you.
You and Mike
Andy-
together are gold.
That's why we love doing the Tuesday show, man. I
Taco
couldn't
Tuesday.
ask for a better co-host on Tuesdays. Andy, keep doing what you're doing, dude. The mic going out the window. I absolutely love the action figure. I want to order like a bunch of them for friends and family. That way they know there's a Mexican Iron Man action figure of him going out a married MILF's window. So
Keep your eyes peeled, Loki.
I will.
Very soon. Very soon. You're going to see something very soon.
I will. And brother, congratulations on a dude. It takes balls, and to keep going, to fight the good fight, and to know that, hey, I want to do something I enjoy. And to keep it up, brother. Don't ever change, guys. Take care.
See
All
you,
right,
Loki.
Loki.
See you,
later.
Loki. And thanks for your Tuesdays, and thanks for everything else. And he's gone anyway, so it really doesn't matter at this point anyway. So, and let's see. So the Lost Wanderer, he asks, what was each panelist's favorite moment that they have had on their own show, or as a guest, or on another? Their favorite moment that they had on a show or as a guest.
My wife hit me pretty hard on the Wednesday show or on the Sunday show. I'd have to say that's probably my favorite moment because she knows me. I like to get hit. So there you go. Even though it was staged, I still had a good time. You know.
Nice. You really did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. it was
Oh yeah,
great.
she hit me hard, man.
Oh, wow.
I was being a prick
Damn.
too. I got the. She comes in, and she. It was the night of the when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm going in the kitchen on a break. You grab something to eat, and she said, it'd be really great if I came out and smacked you across the face. And I said, all right, you could do that, but I get to trigger you. I get to say something rude on the show to make you come out and do it. And she's like, okay. So I got pretty crass with her, and then she bust this door open and she fucking hit me good, man. Yeah, it was funny. It hurt
my
like a
God.
bitch too. I did not expect her to hit that hard, but she was pissed. So
Wow.
yeah, that's my favorite moment. I think.
Talk about dramatic effect.
Right. Yeah.
Um, Steve, you got to have one.
I think it was when we all did the call sign on Manorama. That was probably the biggest highlight. And
Oh,
then
that was hilarious.
and then I think it was like a couple weeks ago on the Manorama show where we just ended off with everyone in tears. It got a little intense, and then Andy opened the door for some jokes, and we couldn't stop laughing. I was in tears. That was when I thought my ribs popped out. Yeah,
Oh,
but
gee.
the call sign that was probably the highlight of the whole entire show as a whole. It was a bonding moment, dude. You guys busted my balls.
That
Whatever.
was a great moment. And you have another call sign ceremony coming up on Thursday,
We
right?
do.
Oh,
We
Yeah.
have one
There you
for
go.
Snowdub and Vincent, and yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I remember it was Vincent goes. We were all telling him in the green room for the show. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and we were telling all the call signs for the guys that got the names, and he's like,
Yep.
"Man, those are nothing." I was like, "Buddy, just wait. I got one ready for you." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're not gonna like it, but it's gonna be yours." He's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's pretty low.
It's so bad.
But it's a good one, yeah.
I remember I came up with the name.
You
I
did.
remember
You came
I
up
was
with
like-
that one.
I was like,
No
was like,
spoilers.
"Hey, we
No
working
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it."
yeah. We don't want to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Canadian Spider-Man, you got one?
Oh yeah. It's hard to pick just one. I've had some amazing streams with a lot of mutual friends of all of ours, but I think the 24-hour marathon stream I did on Cardinal Sin's channel with him was fantastic. He has a lot of great music. He's been in several bands, and he played some old vintage stuff of him playing with his bands, and fantastic stuff. And we had the most incredible thing happened. We had people randomly just drop in on the panel, like a coach from Echo Base Network popped in. Nick popped in. We had a whole bunch of very cool people drop in, and we went for 24 hours, and somehow we managed to keep a viewership throughout. And we just had a great time. Yeah, and it was we covered all kinds of topics, and just have it was like, when you're on magic mushrooms, there's waves to it, right? So there was waves to the stream where there was ups, there was downs, depending on who was on the panel and who dropped in. And so it wrecked me for 2 days afterwards, but it was really great. That whole 24-hour stream, that would have been probably a year and a half ago now. Yeah,
that's the one thing about Gil. He
food
goes.
breaks. I had to stoke the wood stove.
Yeah,
24 hours.
Yeah, he takes after Doomcock, I think.
Oh,
it was fantastic. We basically were on camera, the two of us, or at least one of us, for the whole time. Taking food breaks and water breaks, and just it was fantastic. It was really good.
Wow.
Jeez. Oh, and just to add, Buddy Mom Ambrosia says, I would like to know, my voice does not sound like that.
Yes, it does.
I mean,
yes, it
Randy,
does.
For goodness sakes, my podcast friends call me that now.
Yep.
Good.
What's up, Franny? Yeah, we got to stop calling him Jeff. Keep calling him Franny.
Okay. Andy, what about
I'll
you?
call him
Favorite moment? Favorite panelist moment
Oh, wow.
that you've had on your own show or on a guest?
It might be like the first time, like my first appearance ever on YouTube was Doomcock.
Right.
I sent him his action figure, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come on here with us?" I had no idea. I had no Twitter account. I did everything on my phone. I was like, I just set my phone up. I was talking into my phone the whole time, but it was like, it was a really cool thing. Tom Connors was on the same time. Like, I got to talk to him. It was like,
Right.
it was kind of surreal, and everything else it's been a great time. It's been a lot of fun. I've made great friends, and it's been, I hope it continues for a while longer, so I don't get hit
Nice.
by a bus or anybody comes along and slaps me on camera, because that would be embarrassing.
Well, it would make for a short day. So, it's like, oh crap, and I had that appointment. Well, I guess I can't keep that now. Let me see. To answer Lost Wonders question, God, for me, favorite moment. Oh, I can think of one right now. That one time on King Dolphin TV, where it was like near the end of July, and we were moving all our crap out because we had to be out. And I just wanted to pop on Raymond's channel just quick and just shock everybody. My wife says, "Here, why don't you just go on camera and just say hi to everyone, but put this dress on?" I'm like, God. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that would work. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so popped on the dress and just, oh my God, everybody just roaring, laughing.
That was the
Holy
first day I
crap.
met you. I met you in that dress.
Yeah.
That's when
met
I
me
knew
in the
you were
dress.
going to be a
That's
big
so
talent
cute.
right there.
There you go. There we go.
Right there. Dude in a dress.
Yep. Dude in a dress.
Yeah.
And feeling very secure in my manliness.
Better than
Are
meeting
you
him
sure it
not
was
in
your
a dress.
wife's idea?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was. So
Do we need
and
to talk about this?
no, she said
Sure,
no,
I
you're
guess.
no, because I called her out on it. She says, "You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do that." Nope, give it to me. I'm gonna do it. So,
Yeah,
You're
he
doing
did.
eyeliners and stuff.
Whoa.
You're like, I look fabulous.
Oh,
Boy,
I
oh
get on
boy.
TV.
fabulous. Yes, I
Huh.
did. So,
Hey!
gay. So, oh man. Oh frick! And I think you laughed your ass off, Gary, the hardest. Holy
Oh,
crap.
yeah, man. I mean,
Frick.
you're like the only guy in the world that can make Richard Levine look attractive. You know what I mean?
Gonna say. I aim to please. So.
He needs that curly wig.
Oh god. Yeah. Ended up like oh god, what was his name? He always went on David Letterman show. The guy that exercised a lot.
Richard Simmons.
Oh, fucking Simmons.
Richard
yeah.
Simmons. Yeah, frick. Hey
That shit-
everybody. Oh god.
That shit was hilarious when he went on the show, and like he'd have all like these firecracker pranks to scare him, and he'd get all
Oh, yeah.
fucking terrified. Those are great. I love watching those.
Oh shit,
Letterman
that was
tore his ass
awesome.
apart, dude.
Oh, he
he
did,
ripped
too.
him apart. It was
Every
so funny.
show, every time he came on, just ripped him.
Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Letter-
It was beautiful.
It's really intelligent. I noticed that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, frig, we need more shows like that. Man, now they're all just sad.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
Oh shit.
Hey, Mike, I gotta
Um,
get rolling here. I gotta get back to work for tomorrow's show. But
Oh yeah,
hey,
sure. Not a
thank
problem.
you for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the show on Titillating Tuesday. You need to get tits on the show if you're gonna call the show Titillating, because I'm titillated, but I don't see any tits. And
I
don't
know,
Show me
I
yours. I don't
I-
want to see yours again. Okay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no
Thanks
problem,
streaming
Gary.
with you, Gary.
thanks for having me. Thanks for having me here, guys. Canadian Spider-Man, it's great to see you. I'm glad that
Yeah,
you're having a great
man,
time
good
down
to
in
see you.
Mexico. And
Sure.
you other guys, you other fellas, I'll see you tomorrow night. Hail to the chat. Hail to everyone else out there in TV land. We'll catch you later.
See you, Gary.
Bye, Gary.
See you
All right.
at some point on the YouTubes.
Yep, on the U-tips. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, just the tips.
Bye.
See ya. Yeah,
Now
I
that
think.
he's gone, now the party can actually start.
Oh
Jesus.
yeah, now we can talk about Gary all we want now.
What stories you want to know about Gary? No, I'm just kidding.
Everything. So, no, and then I think the other time was yeah, there we go. It's mini Steve.
with the
I will.
appropriate
I will say the what?
with the appropriate brown cowboy hat.
Ooh.
I will say this: when I got the action figure of me, I've seen photos of me, of course, and I'm like, no worries. Seeing the action figure really startled me for a second. I'm like, do I really look like that? It was spot on. And my wife is like, that's pretty impressive. And it's
See?
yeah,
There we go. Do it.
it's
Do it.
skills.
Oh, that is pretty mad skills, man. So
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting
you're
better.
darn right. Yeah, the Doomcock doll was incredible. Yeah, well done.
Mm-hmm. Definitely got it.
He made a custom box and with the crest and everything.
I know.
Like
I
hand
saw
built.
that. So that's one question I gotta ask you, Andy. Like, do you get your boxes like custom made? Do you make them yourself? Like,
I make
you
it
know,
all
where-
myself.
You make it all yourself, the boxes too.
Yep.
Wow. So, do you got like templates already made, or
Cricket
like,
machine.
Cricut machine?
Yep.
Oh. So what thickness? Of cardboard or?
Oh, I do all that. I'll go over to Hobby Lobby and pick up sheets of poster board, and I have templates
Ooh.
made up for the boxes, and I cut it out and do the. I did commercial art for 2 years in high school, 3 periods a
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Then I was an art major in college until I got a little side railed with that, and so I learned how to do packaging and boxes and promotional materials and things, and so I make my own boxes. They're layered in there, folded in like score marks and everything, so nothing's sloppy. And I'll put on the graphics and things like that, usually in vinyl. Sometimes I've done 3D relief, like layered textures on boxes and things to be a little bit different. But it's
Nice.
usually something a little creative like that.
Not too shabby. So, let's see if we let's see. Yeah, John Rendell. Yeah, classic moment on KDTV where I have a picture of him at the kiddie table. Oh God, yeah, that's right. You do too, don't you? Freak. Damn you, John. Damn all of you. Let's see. And the Lost Wanderer. Yeah, maybe we need a special edition of the Ambrosias so you can disprove that, Bunny Mom. Oh, really? Yes, that would be interesting to do. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, just got a message from Brandon, the anime guy. So, saying that he had to deal with stuff. So I'm wondering if he's going to show up along with Cardinal Sin, because I think he is still in his show. Oh well, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. I got nothing else.
Oh boy.
I know, right? I'm running out of content, and I'm like, 15 minutes shy from 3 hours. So,
That's why you need kits. That's why you need kits.
Exactly.
Buddy, I ain't taking my shirt off, but if I have to.
Girls on trampolines. Nobody's using it anymore.
God. Steve, if you wore a pink tie, bow tie, you can go a little further. So,
bro, when I did
team,
that
man.
on Pop
For the
Culture
team.
Breakdown, going shirtless with the bow tie, I was freezing so bad. Like right when it started, I was like, "This is the
man.
worst idea I've ever thought of." and I could cut glass, dude. I was freezing. I was like, dude, I can't do this the whole time. It's like, no.
Jeez. But
And
I
then
thought
you
it's
go and
nice
take,
and warm in sunny California.
I'm not in, yeah, okay. And then you go and take your shirt off on my show. I was like, oh man, showing off.
Well, I gotta try to up the stakes a little bit,
There you
So,
go. It worked.
I
Huge.
thought you would have been like really cold when you were doing the Die Hard review when you were in the vent.
I was in pain for 2 days after on that one. That was so we actually built that whole entire vent thing. It was originally going to be some type of like Rancor Steve tip or some type of like little short Christmas video, but we never got around to it. I was like, how about we just build it? And if we do Die Hard, I'll do the whole vent thing. And I tested it out first. I was like, yeah, I could lay down.
Yeah.
I was in so much pain. I was laying down half the time, like putting my head down. People thought like, is he dead or something? It's like, dude, my whole shoulders were just shot. I was like, this, they always say pain actually brings out views and everything. That's bullshit. And I was like, this is not worth it.
See, I would have thought being inside basically like a metal coffin would have been freezing bad enough anyway.
It wasn't as bad. It was so painful. It's not comfortable. It's not. It's fucking stupid. That's what it is. Anyone who's watching, if you got an air vent, don't do a live stream in it. I had the TV down below. I was like, this is dumb. I can't type for shit.
So it's a day that ends in Y.
Analyzing life's decisions,
It's like a birth canal.
What were the decisions I made to lead me up to this, and why?
How many shots of whiskey did I take to think this is great?
Oh my god. Jeez. So, are they going to get you to do anything else in the future? Anything remotely close? Or are you allowed to say?
No, it's a lot of anything that I do on the show. It's very much my idea. It's kind of like improv. When I did the shirtless thing, I think it was it was New Year's Eve. That's what it was. It was New Year's Eve episode. And I told Gary, I was like, what if I'm like shirtless and bow tie? Like make it festive. Like for the 1 year anniversary for Doomcock's show, I had a happy birthday 1 year, like a baby thing or something. And Gary's laughing. He's like, you're not going to do it. I was like, buddy, trust me. If I have an idea, I'm going to roll with it. So I emailed Doomcock. I was like, hey, I want to roll. I want to throw this out to you. And if you think, no, don't do it. Cool. I'm not going to do it. He's like, you do you. And I did it. And I was freezing. And cause in the green room, I had my shirt on and no big deal. And I just had the bow tie on and I finally took it off. It made him so awkward, like uncomfortably awkward. That
it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
It was hilarious. There's one guy who's like, please, for the love of God, put your shirt on. I was like, for $100. But like, if I'm on another show, like, and if I'm on there for quite a while, I'll do something funny. I like to make things fun. And if it's like with pop culture, I'll do things like stick myself in a homemade air duct and go through the pain and suffering. Because there's no way I was going to back out. Like, if it's there, it's there. I can't. It takes up the entire room. I was like, I can't put this on when we review Die Hard. I got to do the whole thing. So I was like, I had the Die Hard Christmas story book. I had an action figure. I had everything. So throughout the whole show, I had a Snickers bar I pulled out because the Asian guy in the movie eats a candy bar. I was like, that's a random thing. No one got it. I was like, y'all can fuck off. You didn't know that one? No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. No, when he's hiding behind the counter there of good one.
Yeah, and I heard that was improvised. He was actually hungry on set, and so he just ate it. But if I do anything, it's just it has to do something with the show at that moment. And if I'm planned and I know ahead of time, I'll do it. And
Yeah.
it's random shit. And for Manorama, like, we'll trust me, I have a whole lot of things for that show, and it's gonna be some random things. Like I'm now doing Rancor Steve tips shorts, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But it's
Don't you think the
that's the
random
that,
bits really appeal to your audience for sure in particular?
yeah, it's I think with doing live streams, if you have panels, like right now, this is a panel, and if you have individuals who are different but bring something to the table, like if you have a guy who will randomly take his shirt off or do something crazy on the show just for comedic reaction for the audience, that's the thing. It's doing stuff like that. If I'm gonna eat a whole entire pint of pickle juice just to make the audience laugh, and I'm gonna suffer through it, I'll do it. Like I'll eat a jar of jalapenos, no big deal. But it depends on anything that you do. It depends on the show, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I have planned specifically for. I might do if we do Rocketeer retro video for Rocketeer for pulp culture. I might
Mhm.
wear my Rocketeer helmet for halfway through the show. I'll be
Oh.
like, I'm wearing a mask, guys. Don't worry. But
um,
I like doing stupid shit.
no, sometimes crazy works.
I know,
So,
right?
you know. Um, so like earlier you were saying, what was that? And forgive me if I have it wrong, that, about having, what was it, like social anxiety or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you found that, you know, doing this, show, like, the Manorama show and getting on Doomcock show on Wednesdays,
Hmm.
have you do you think that's like, helped it quite a bit, just putting yourself out there
A
in
little
front of
bit.
like, a bunch of people?
It's a little when I first went on Doomcock show, I never wanted to do it. I was like, I don't
Right.
want to be in front of the camera. I'd rather be behind, film, build things, do that stuff. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
And Gary's like, you're gonna go on it eventually, whether it's like talk about what we're filming or my career in film or any of that stuff. That's what I thought when I first came on. It was just gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna be on for a little bit. Nope, I was on the whole entire time. And Gary
Yeah.
texted me, he's like, you're not part of it. You're on the whole entire time. I was like, okay. And it's you'll see me on Wednesdays where I'm quiet. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of things where it's a little social anxiety. It's kind of like just kind of how do I pull in a joke here and there. I can't do that many jokes on that show, but I kind of figured out, okay, this is what I can bring to the table there. And this Wednesday I got a lot of cool notes and everything of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And but Manorama, it's a little bit different. When you see that show, you actually get to see more of me.
Mhm.
I'm more relaxed. I mean, granted, I'm drinking some whiskey to help it, but that always helps. Not a lot, but just enough to where like it relaxes you. And
Yeah.
once you start doing it, you'll get used to it and you find your groove. And I'm still working on my groove with, especially on Doomcock show on Wednesdays. But
Mhm.
with Mandorama, I'm more relaxed. It's because I'm planning it and doing everything and leading right up to 6 o'clock. I'm stressed out of like just is what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Talk to my producer, and he always tells me he's like, it's gonna be okay. I was like, are you sure? I don't know about this, but it's a little bit different. I'm more myself on my show than I am on Doomcock's show,
Right.
but it kind of depends. It's like with Doomcock, it can vary depending on it. If there's something we're talking about, like if there's a movie
Mhm.
I'm very passionate about, I'll
Yeah.
talk about it and or doing jokes and stuff. So it kind of depends. It being on Doomcock show, it actually helps with it a little bit. And like I've always said, don't look at the numbers. Sometimes with Doomcocks, I'll look at the number. I'm like, there's like 1,200 people watching. do I have like something stuck in my nose or something? Like it's a little nerve wracking knowing that there's about like 5,000 people that's gonna watch you. So it's like, wow, five
Yeah.
thousand people watch me shirtless. All right, cool. But it's yeah,
Might as
it's
well.
I think with anyone with social anxiety, it's like with me in person, if it's like right now I'm fine, but if it's like there's five or more people, I'm like
Yeah.
shutting down. I'm like I could say something really weird and it's my brain starts going crazy, but it's yeah, I think if you anyone with social anxiety and they want to do live stream, just keep doing it. Like just if it's just you for like 4 hours just talking to yourself, like just don't
Mhm.
answer your own questions. Just keep talking. But that's yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Let's see. John Reynolds says on King Dolphin or Baron Ormantega's show, it's easy for me. That one time on Doomcock show, I was terrified showing him that bass that I made him.
That was
Oh,
a cool
really?
base.
That was a cool bass, dude. But yeah, no, I can I can totally understand that feeling as well. Yeah, because um, yeah, because like going back to what you were saying, about it being, kind of surreal. At first being on, like say for example on Doomcock's show. Um, yeah, that's kind of how it felt for me. Not really on the first time I went live stream, but um, I think the first time when I was on King Dolphin, when I checked him out, um, what was it, early last year? And the thing about Raymond's show is it's open to everyone. Like it's literally open to everyone. You come in on Saturday, and which is right before Clobby's Star Trek show. He has King Dolphin TV, and anybody that comes in, he'll post the link on on StreamYard, and anybody can take part. And what was it? I think it was April or May. I was checking out his channel because I think I forget how I found his channel. I think it was like through Doomcock or something. But I was checking it out, and I was in the chat, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, come on, just come on." And you know, yeah, nobody had asked me that, and I was just, on your show, you kind of get used to it because you're just, it doesn't matter if there's nobody listening at first, but you get on somebody else's show and you're talking and you don't know how to react or, really talk. You don't know what the, I don't know how else to put it. You don't know what the etiquette is. So, yeah, there's a certain degree of, you know, anxiety, I guess, that comes along with it because you know that there are a lot of other people watching that are already on a, uh, that already has its own audience, you know, and yeah, it can just be really really weird that way. And then yeah, like what you were saying, do I have something on my face or something like that, with 5,000 people watching or whatnot, say on Doomcock's channel, and when I filled in for you, a few weeks ago, yeah, I wasn't as nervous because there was quite a few times, being on Raymond's show. But still, it's like it's different, when, for example, King Dolphin now has 250 followers, which is great. Awesome for him. Really awesome for him. But compared to like, 305,000, like say on Doomcock, you feel a little different because the audience is so much more vaster. I mean, because, we've all seen it at times where, he gets, sometimes close to like, 1,000 likes on a show, or there's like, say 7, 8, 900 people watching his show or something like that at a time.
He regularly beats 1,000 likes. Regularly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's unusual not to with Pop Culture Breakdown on Wednesdays.
Exactly.
With all you guys,
And,
I mean, that's no wonder.
yeah. And I'm just thinking, it's like, oh my God, I hope I don't screw up, because I mean, yeah, again, there's that anxiety there. It's like, oh my God, I don't feel like showing my face right now because I don't even know if I'm messing up or anything like that. And I think it was, Gary. It was Gary. He sends a message. He goes, Mike, you're hitting it out of the park. Don't worry about it. You're doing good. It's like, thank God. So, yeah, it's different when it's your own channel. But I find it great because it's great practice for later on, for when, say, like for you, Andy, or for you, Canadian Spider-Man, or or you, Steve, for all of us, for our channels that are, we're the small guys basically, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it gives us time to, how should I put it, practice, if you know what I mean. We're testing our metal now. We're testing the waters. We're having fun with this now. And what we end up becoming, let's say, who knows, in another 2 years, 3 years, hell, 4 years, who knows where we're all going to be. Our channels just might explode. And next thing you know, we're all over, 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever. And, we're going to look back on this and it's like, that was me then. And, wow, I can't believe I was just, worrying about this or worrying about that, or, I can't believe how goofy I was or something like that. So I think we got really nothing to worry about, with what we're doing. I think we're all actually doing pretty damn good, with what we're doing on our channels, and what we're presenting to the world. And yeah, let's just have fun with it. That's all we can do.
I think also with people who want to start channels, they don't know how to even start it. Well, you look at what you like to do. If you like to collect baseball cards or something, do that. Like, just start something that you know very well and that you're passionate about, and don't worry about trying to compete with the bigger dogs. Like, yeah, I may be on a Doomcock show and on other channels here and there, but my main focus is I have a passion of something, so I'm going to make a show about it, and I'm going to be vulnerable about it, and just do that, and not worry about trying to get to 300,000 subscribers, or 7 or 1,000,000 or 2,000,000. Like, that's not even in my perspective. I said this to Gary, it's like, you know what? And my producer, I was like, if this show does really well, cool. If it doesn't, cool. Either way, I actually did it. That's the best thing. Like, as long as you can actually do it and not worry about being like attacked by people, or not worrying about, like, I don't even read the comments. If there's someone that leaves a comment in there, I might glance here and there, but my main focus is don't read the comments, because that's going to get in your head. You're going to start focusing on what the comment is rather than what you value. And I always focus on what the chat is during the live, and just reading that. And then here, if someone DMs me, I'll read what they say. But I always, the other thing is, seek out for advice with other people, other YouTubers or other people who do shows, and hear what they have to say. And if they say, hey, look, here's a good input you can do with your show, and if it works, try it out. And if it doesn't work, move on to the next thing. Like, we go through so many different segments and test things out. Like, I remember we did one, Spot the Alpha Man. That was such a awkward segment on my show, and I'm like, this is not working out as well as I thought, because in my head,
Yeah.
this is fucking funny. This is
Yeah.
hilarious. And it didn't really work out well. And I was like, we're never going to do this again, probably. But it's those things. It's trial by error. Like, it's, if one thing works, do that and change it up. If that thing doesn't work, then don't do it. It's, but also listen to the audience, but avoid reading comments on your videos. Like, if they're small comments, if it's like 3, that's fine. But if it gets to like, you got 500, let's say 500 comments, don't read them, because then it's just going to get in your head, and then you're actually going to get away from what your show is rather than what you have planned, because you're so focused on, well, there's 40 people that like this, so I'm going to try this. Well, your other 100 people who watch the show don't like that, and then you've lost some people because it's like you're avoiding that. But also don't try to please everybody at once. Like, stick what you do that, and people will stick around even if they don't like it, because on that note, I have to head out and spend some time with the wife, and I'm rebuilding the Batmobile Lego because I'll take it apart and put it back together. Stupidest thing I ever did. But thanks for having me, Mike. It's good seeing you, Canadian Spider-Man, Andy,
man.
and
Good
everyone else who's on the chat. So yeah, I guess I'll plug my show. You can on YouTube every Thursday at
give
6
her a
p.m.
plug.
Pacific time. You'll see Andy, Mike, sometimes Canadian Spider-Man might pop in there. A couple of the other people in the chat are on the show. It's Manorama, where we just talk about man things, have fun. This week, we're doing a very laid-back kind of month where we're just having fun, make jokes. We'll be doing a call sign with two people that have been on the show. It's going to be great. So check it out. It is fun. I like being on this. So you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys later this week.
All right, Steve. Awesome to have you, man.
Have a good night. See you later this week. Yeah. I was actually going to head off too, actually. I'm just about out of battery power on the laptop here, so
is that what we're doing?
Or I'll just go blank. So,
all right, Freddie. If you can, plug your channel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks. I'll put the link right in the private chat if you want to pop it on.
I shall.
How long are you going to be down there for?
I'm down here for another 6 to 8 weeks, so about 5 months in total. And I'm putting on some videos. I've got a backlog of videos. I'm too busy out doing stuff around here to actually have time to put it on video, but I've got to dedicate some time to do that. And then I've got quite a few travel videos of Mexico, but a lot of other places too. And I upload those a couple a week, and I'm going to try and do, I don't put in the time that either of you do into your channels, but I plan to. It's just been busy. And then I do live streams rarely now, but when I get back in Canada, I'm going to be doing, some fireside streams. So I look forward to that. And I'm on here, I'm on YouTube with other people's channels, other great people. I'm on with Cardinal Sin, I've been on with Darius Munchausen and Captain Infinity. I'm on with Anti-Derivative Jill. Sometimes, there's a whole bunch of people. Jedi Bill is another one who's very receptive to having all kinds of people on his show. So, shout out to all those people. And I think I've even been on. I have. I've been on a few times with Coach and Nick on Echo Base Network, just as a member pop in. And that's always fun to get to chat with those guys. But thank you very much for having me, and congratulations, man. This is awesome. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Well,
thanks for coming on. Really enjoy it. So, fellow New Brunswicker.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And Andy, as always, good to be on with you, man.
Likewise, pal. Good seeing you. Enjoy yourself down there, man. I envy you.
Oh, dude, you know what? It was a lot of on-purpose decisions and some sacrifice, and it was a good choice. And plus, I don't know how much longer I can stay in Canada and still call myself free. So, making plans to be down
Yep.
here some.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and really good to always see you, Andy.
Likewise, pal. Good seeing you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, have a good night, gentlemen.
You too. All right. Right on, right on, right on. Well, there you go. There's the link in the chat there for Canadian Spider-Man. So check out his stuff and everywhere that he's been. God, pretty much like around the world.
Yep.
So
He
I
has
mean,
traveled.
I know. Yeah, he's been like everywhere. Dang. He is a well-traveled man.
Indeed.
So yeah, well, I was hoping to get Cardinal Sin and even Brandon the anime guy. Here. Oh, wait a minute. No, nothing yet. So maybe Gil is still on his show or something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
Let's
So
take a look here.
he might be. And Wendy, Trauma Warrior, is in the chat. Hail to you, Wendy. Glad to have you here. Awesome
Wendy's
to
awesome.
see you. Wendy is awesome. She is such a peach on Raymond's show. It is yeah. She's awesome to have out. Let's see. And yeah, so Lost Wanderer. Yeah, any other night I'd be happy to join though. Yeah. Yeah. Lost Wanderer, whenever you want to come on, and I'm inviting a bunch of people. Yeah, come on. And let's break in. So get your feet wet, as it were. Oh, thanks, guys. You're welcome. So, and yeah, that's right, because I think Raymond just had the ladies' night chat happen recently. So I missed out on that. Damn
Wendy's
it.
got some unnerving stories.
Oh, she does. She has lots of unnerving stories, and God, I'd love to hear them. So,
You know, when she said the one thing, like I think Raymond asked her, what's the one thing that people don't expect about like operating rooms and stuff? And she said, what's the hardest thing to get used to? And she said the smell. There's nothing inside the human body that smells good. That was like, it's like,
yeah, I
you know what?
remember that.
I don't know that I want to experience that. In fact, I know I don't. It's like, that's bad.
It's like, see, now I'm almost kind of curious.
Not me. I'm like, that's
You
all right.
I got this. I almost have this hankering for wondering what the inside of me smells like. But then again, sometimes I don't want to on account of, farts and that kind of smell. So yeah, no. So
One time, I was out riding my horse, and we came across a roadkill skunk, and
no,
it had been sitting there. This was in July, and it had been sitting there for a couple of days. It was all bloated and stuff like that, and there was a chicken buzzard sitting there eating it.
Oh,
like, oh my
damn.
God! Like it was, my eyes were watering just going past, like the 20 yards past it. It was like, oh God, it was awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing like that smell. Jeez. You thought
Bloated
skunk
roadkill.
smelled bad, but yeah, bloated roadkill, skunk. Yeah. I don't know how buzzards can just eat carrion like that. I'm glad that they clean it up. Don't get me wrong, but damn. So
No thanks.
I don't get it. But you know what? Yeah, been going on for 3 hours, 15 minutes. That's not too bad, but this is actually currently the longest show I've actually done now. So, which is not too bad. And it almost feels like 2. So So I'm still a far cry from doing like I don't know, like a 6-hour show like Doomcock, or maybe a 4-hour show like Raymond. So, but
Well,
I
Gil did that.
figure,
Gil's done those marathons. It's like that 24
oh,
hour stream he did. It's insane.
I know, right? God,
It's
how
absolutely
can
nuts.
you? I mean, I've stayed up. Let's put it this way. Whenever I'm doing the graveyard shift, like over at my other job, when I'm working like 3-day, 12-hour days. When you're doing the graveyard shift, like especially on a Sunday, I'll get up. I'll try to get to bed at like say 8:30 in the morning, right? And try to sleep till maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Only to be at work for 8 o'clock in the evening. And when I'm done the shift, generally I'll end up, getting coffee, say at Tim Hortons, bringing it over to my wife, still staying up. So, but then by then, it's about maybe after a 12-hour shift, let's say about from 8:30 to about maybe 9, quarter past 9, and then I'll come here to the shop and stay up till the shop closes, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And if there's extra work to be done, then sometimes I'm here then till 10 in the evening. So it's about maybe a 30-hour day.
Well, that's the artist
But
bane, isn't it? It's like when you get started
yeah,
working on a project and like,
yeah,
and you're just like you're pushing yourself through. I can't quit. I can't quit. I can't quit. And then
mhm,
you finally collapse and you wake up and like, man, I did all that last night. I should have just went to bed and like, because I'm not that happy with it anyway.
yeah. I know, right? And then and then sometimes my wife will say, why don't you just lie down, take a nap. It's like, if I do that, then I'm not getting up and I got to open up the shop,
Yeah.
because that's why I got the shop in the first place, because I want to work my way out of the other job, So, but God, I don't know. I don't know how Gil does it, a 24-hour stream. But then
Yeah.
again, I guess maybe he has other guys just fill in for him for a couple of hours or something like that. But I don't think I'm ever going to try that. I don't think so. Unless there's something crazy that I have to do that requires a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. And Wendy Trauma Wars says, yeah, it depends on what you're working on. Oh yeah, for the smell. Yeah, that's true. I was on Baron's channel once talking about foreign bodies in the rectum.
Uh,
Uh,
that has to be like the worst. Like imagine that, like that's your in your medical history now, like you like
oh,
how did you get a lava lamp? Never mind. Like why did you get a lava lamp?
I didn't know you could fit a lava lamp in there. Yeah, Andy looks like he's going to
Neither
hurl,
did
says John.
I. Oh, that skunk was bad. Ooh, man.
Oh man. And Wendy, yeah, you got to go to bed. Well, night, Wendy.
Good night, Wendy. Say hi to Jimmy.
Yeah, nice to see you here today, tonight. But yeah, talk about a long stream. Those EFAP guys come to mind. Yeah. 3 hours, not bad at all. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? So going on 3 hours 20 minutes at this point. But yeah, yeah. Have a great week. Take care and stay safe. Yeah, you too, man. Or not, man. See, no problem. You too, Wendy.
And
So
I promise not to get anything stuck in my rectum.
I promise you, I can set a vow upon that. So, but yeah, I think what I am going to do is pretty much at this point call it a night, because it's been a great chat. And Andy, I really want to thank you for dropping by.
Thanks for having me, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I mean, I know we've talked, quite a few times on various shows. I mean, besides Manorama and on King Dolphin, and God, I mean, now I guess even Doomcock's channel,
Yeah.
filling
And
in
it's
that
great
one
talking
day.
to fellow artists because like there's just nobody else gets it. It's like
Yeah.
I mean I talk to Gary a lot and we're always working on something. It's and I mean guy's a genius with like physical props and media and stuff like that and the things that he's
Mm-hmm.
built. He's an absolute genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Because watching his videos, I'm glad that and I'm sure that you can relate, the artist in you really is glad that he's taking the time to restore a lot of these objects that otherwise would have just been lost.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And the stuff that he's got, like his workshop is just like every place
Yeah.
you look, it's like, oh my God, I've seen that before, and I've seen that, and I've seen that. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It's like
It is.
like, and that's not even the storage unit. Like it's
Yeah.
wow.
I know. It's like, it's like you turn 10 years old again and you're like a kid in the candy store and you're seeing all this stuff, and it's like, I know what that is. I know what that is. It's like, oh my God, he has that, It's like you go into a comic shop and you're seeing all these little baubles and trinkets and whatnot, and you feel like wanting it all. So,
Yeah.
and you're glad that when you're watching somebody that that has it, and how they're taking care of it, and I love it,
Yeah.
and talking to you, like as a fellow artist, as a fellow creator, totally understanding all the stuff that you're going through, with your creative process, and on top of that, being a dad, and I suppose almost relatively the same age as me. I suppose, because at the end of the week, on Saturday, I'm turning 51, dude.
I'll be
So
56 in June.
really,
Yep.
I thought you were younger.
Nope.
Yeah, well,
Be
then take the
56 in June.
compliment. You're younger. So
Yeah, I'm like 60 is like like right up there. It's like you blink and it's going to be here. It's like I always say that like as you age, it's like starting off on an incline of it's a very low incline.
Yeah.
In like a little go-kart.
Yeah.
And when you first start, it's going slow. But the longer you're on it, the more speed you pick up.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, it's like, I mean, somebody says to you when you're 16 and a half, like you're good. 6 months, you get a driver's license. You're like, 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's forever. Yeah.
Now you turn around and like, wait, what year is this?
It's like,
when did that movie come out? Was that really
holy
20
crap,
years
was
ago?
that-
No way.
that was like, holy shit, that was like that many years ago. Yeah, I know, right? God, I'm even doing that now. Well, I mean, I've done it for, I don't know what, the past couple of years. It's like, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was like the 90s. Like, here I am, like it's already 2020, 2021, 2022. It's like, holy crap, we're like this long into this far already into our 2000s. Like, where the hell did the time go?
I got a guy that I teach, and he's like the little brother I never had, and he's been with me for 22 years now, and I'm his second daughter's godfather, and I have a picture of him with my daughter when she's like 3 years old, and there I am like with his daughter when she's 3 years old. It's like surreal.
Memories.
It's funny because like when they first came around, it was like, and they would talk about like, have you seen this movie? I'm like, no, I have little kids. If it's not animated, I haven't seen it. And like now I'm like going to see these movies and like, and I'm like, yeah, I know you haven't seen it because you have little kids. He's like, yeah, like when does that end? Like I said, you got another 10 years, you'll be okay. You got a lot of catching up to do.
Exactly right. Oh God, like what was it? I think last week. What was it? My our youngest daughter. She was like, "Dad, have you seen the latest Puss in Boots movie?" I'm like, "What? Like, you really want me to watch the latest Puss in Boots movie?" Yeah, Dad, you really got to watch it. You really got to watch it. It's really good. It's because obviously she knows I do this on YouTube and you know she, we for the most part we kind of share the same views, same feelings on movies and TV, right? She's a pretty smart cookie, for as young as she is. Thank God she has a head on her shoulders. And she said, "Yeah, Dad, you actually really got to watch Puss in Boots. It's actually good." And I'm like, "All right, fine. I'll take the chance on it." I actually just finished watching it today, and not bad. It's not
I
bad.
got to check that out. I was a little concerned when they had the whole female thing going. I was like,
Yeah.
really? Are they going to like make this like, but I
Yeah.
feel relieved with all the good reviews I've heard of it.
I know. And then, as soon as she told me that, I'm starting to hear it from a lot of other people. Yeah, have you actually seen that Puss in Boots movie? It's like, what? Like, really? Like a Dreamwave movie? That's basically a spin-off of Shrek, and I can't stand Shrek now at this point. First movie was all right, but then, it just seemed to I don't know, drag on for me at least. It felt like that with all the other movies coming out after that, other Shrek movies. But yeah, I was starting to hear, guys in their 20s and even in the 30s saying it's not bad. It's, pretty half decent, pretty good. So yeah, I watched it, and boy, I think there's probably a little reviewer in her yet. So, but not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, Lost Wanderer says, yeah, artists are a special breed. Yeah, this is true. I want one of those Princess Bride glasses. Oh yeah, the ones that Gary remade. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, hey, maybe we might convince him to sell a line. Sell a line. How about that? Yeah, there we go. If I don't put it in quotation marks, then yeah. Lost Wonder also says, my son is watching Star Wars for the first time this week. Oh, awesome. So 1 to 3 is Thursday and 4 to 6 on Friday, and we're gonna have fun, snacks, drinks, the works. Sweet.
It's a shame they never made more
Awesome,
than
dude.
6.
I know, it's such a shame. I was really hoping for the last of the Lucas story.
Yeah, that probably would have sucked anyway. So
Well, maybe. So could have been worse. It could have been Kathleen Kennedy. So
yeah. Who would hire her for anything but getting coffee?
I can't imagine. So, and bad copy of that. John Reynolds says it's like that Pink Floyd song, suddenly 10 years beyond you. Yep. No one to turn. No one told you when to run. Yeah, you missed the starting gun. Yeah, exactly, John. Oh dear God, don't I know? Yeah. Yeah, you just next thing you know, it's where the hell did the time go? So that's why might as well have fun doing what you're doing and try to enjoy doing it. And that's pretty much everything that we were talking about tonight. Why you started a channel, and and primarily you do it because you have a talent, or you have that urge to spread the news of maybe something you see wrong in society, maybe just a special talent that you have that you want to share with everybody. But the first and foremost is have fun with it. Just have fun with it. And that certain niche that you do on YouTube, people will find you, people will follow you, and people will share with you and get out of you what you share with them. And that's pretty much what it's about. If you can share your experiences, people will open up to you and share you theirs. And that's how you build a great community. It doesn't matter if it's a community on Facebook, community on Twitter, or a community on YouTube, or basically like a community anywhere in town, or in a county or somewhere's in a city. Doesn't matter. If you can link up with like-minded people, um, you know, you have a support group right there all the time, people to talk to, people that, genuinely do care. Um, and you find out that you have lots of people to back up, to fall back on. So,
Yeah, and it's you like that's what's nice about things like Steve's show and Raymond's shows. Like you get to talk to people and like you can put things out there, especially like Steve's show is really good because like you're targeting a younger audience and these guys need to hear things. They need to hear like that it's okay to be a man, it's okay to to do things a certain
yeah.
way. And a lot of it's like I feel bad for a lot of these kids because we get to look back at some fabulous entertainment. We get to look
Mhm.
back at things that were just breathtaking.
Yeah.
And these kids are going to look back like, well, what did you watch when you were a kid? I can't remember. It
Yeah.
was like, there wasn't anything that came out that was really memorable. I mean, I've been I was a huge Marvel Comics fan from the time I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And now, and I used to watch like, the first movies like repeatedly. Now it's like, nah, probably not. It's like, there's a handful that I'll watch over and over again, but like, not many. And
Yeah.
especially the later ones, it's like, to
Mhm.
me, it ended with Infinity War. It was a good run. It was like,
Yeah.
but afterwards, it's like, all right, well, next, it's like, let me find something else. Like, I'll just keep them because everything else, and it's amazing to me. It's like, I see everybody getting excited about uh the Picard season 3. Like, some hate it,
Yeah.
love it, whatever.
Mhm.
The point is, to me, it's low hanging fruit. These characters have been around so long.
Yeah.
They are defined to a point where, like, anybody could pretty much write them
Mhm.
because, like, they've been in enough situations that you can't come up with something that's that different that they've never been in.
Yeah.
So when you write them and it's out of character, it shows. It's very, very obvious that like, yeah, this character really would never do that. And here
Yeah.
they are, and you have them doing this. And that's what's so dumb about this. It's like you know, it's not that hard. All you had to do with Marvel Comics was take it, ironically, it's what Kathleen Kennedy said, like, we don't have all this, like, all these decades of source material. Yes, you did.
Yeah, you do.
But all you had to do with Marvel Comics is take these characters the way they've been written for decades,
Yeah.
copy and
Yep.
paste it. But no, let's do it for a modern audience. You know what's
Mhm.
going to happen in another 10 years when everything goes back to normal? Because it's nature, and nature always resets itself. Nature is
It
like, you
does.
leave a house abandoned for 10 years, what happens? You get a
Yep.
tree growing through the living room.
Exactly.
Nature always takes back everything, and
Yep.
that's what's going to happen. It's like you can play these games all you want, but sooner or later, at the end, we used to say this to people. We used to say, like, to kids, like, don't be in such a hurry to go get a tattoo because you're going to
Mm.
regret it. Because the thing that you're into now is not the thing you're going to be into in 20 years. Don't
Yep.
go and blow all your money on this. Plan ahead for the future, blah blah blah, because you're going to see things differently.
Mhm.
And son of a bitch, it happens. And like, wow, my parents were right. I
Yep.
didn't have all the answers when I was 15, let alone 6. And we're doing all this crazy shit. And here we are. You're going to see nature will reset itself, and you're going to have a lot of people very upset that they did more than just get a bad tattoo that
Yeah.
they have to live with. It's like, oh well,
Mhm.
I've made permanent decisions, and I'll never be able to do this. I'll never be able to do that. It's like, and as older guys, like, you have to put out there to people like, look, you may feel this way passionately right now, but it will change because
Yeah.
everything changes.
That's
And
right.
then you're going to be like, and you could be robbing yourself of something that you don't even imagine yet.
Mhm.
So put the brakes on a little bit. Like, don't be in such a rush to decide. Like I always thought it was stupid to tell a 16-year-old in college, in high school, decide what kind of job you want to do for the rest of your life when you don't even know what life is yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
most people I know, like, you don't know who you are until you're at least 30 years old.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wow. And then you find out, you go through a few phases and you're like,
Mhm.
hey, guess what? It was always me the whole time. I just had to
Yeah.
go through these things. So I got to know myself through these parameters.
Mhm.
And it's okay to be yourself. At the end of the day, nobody really cares. It's
No.
like you got to live with yourself.
Yep.
And you got to be happy with yourself. It's not how you look in the mirror. Because look, this, the hair thinning, all that stuff,
Mhm.
it's harder to stay in shape, all these things.
Yep.
If you sit there and you hold on to something that's temporary, you're only going to be disappointed.
Mhm.
It's just nothing is going to last forever.
Nope.
And
That beauty fades eventually.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, imagine a beauty queen and she's driving in a car and gets in a car accident, gets a scar across her face.
Yeah.
If her whole value is in her looks,
Mhm.
then what else does she have to contribute to the world?
Precisely. You got nothing else.
But if
And
you're,
that's sad.
yeah, but everybody has something more if
Yep.
you cultivate it, if you work at it. And that's a wonderful thing about art, is because, like, like most people that become like artists and like as a long-term artist, whether it's professional or just as a hobby, your skill increases with every piece of work that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you look back at your early stuff and say, I don't know any artist really who hasn't improved over the years. You look back at your early stuff and like, wow. But the funny thing is, very few of us are ever satisfied. You very rarely see an artist that puts their own work on their walls.
Yep. True.
It's like,
And John Reynolds says, my specialty is local Masonic history. I do a lot of historical presentations in the local Masonic lodges. Yeah, that's right, because he just got, I don't know how else to put it, John, kind of like a promotion of sorts. I don't know how to else to call it. But yeah, I mean, he's
but
getting
think
up
how
in-
important that is. Like, because history
Yeah,
is the one thing that should not be lost.
exactly.
And it's the most fragile, because there's always
Yep.
somebody looking to rewrite it and make it look like, oh, wasn't
That's
that
right.
terrible? No, it wasn't terrible. It was a necessary step. It's like, I mean, you think about
Exactly.
it, some of the biggest traumas you've ever been through gave you the most growth and made you a better person. So do you really want to avoid that trauma, or you want to go through it? Like,
no, I mean, exactly. No, I mean, the thing is, nothing great was ever done easy.
Yeah.
Everything was done through, the blood, sweat, and tears, perseverance, the keeping on attitude, like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So if it was built in a day, well, then it was too easy, right?
Yeah.
But no, the one thing that made Rome great, like the city of Rome, is, it took a lot of guts. It took a lot of manpower. I mean, it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And it goes with everything in life that you want to do. Doesn't matter if it's blah, 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 blah. See, I can't talk anymore. It doesn't matter if it's a job that you go to or just putting pen to paper or starting a YouTube channel. It takes effort. Anything that you want to be good at takes effort. And it's only easier if you got a certain passion for said thing that you want to do. Because, like we've all said before, if you can make your hobby your job, then at least you go to work happy. Or then it isn't really a job at all. It's just something fun to do that you're actually getting paid for. So, but anyway, my friend, yeah, we are at 3 hours and 40 minutes. Wow. This is a milestone. So Ben like to get our sleep eventually and stuff like that. So So yeah, I think
No, it's been a great time.
yeah, it was pretty good. You know, awesome having you on and whatnot. Really appreciate having you on there, Andy.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Worshipful Master in my lodge. It's our 175th anniversary. Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. Yep. Yeah, 175th. That's right. He told me a few weeks ago. So that's a long time, dude.
John,
So
I'll have to hook up with you. Like I got some history about the local lodge down the street from me. It was like the original one in Woodbury was like it was from the roots of it were back in the 1600s.
oh wow.
Pretty neat. But then there was a whole bunch of political crap that went on with it, and like but it's fun.
Yeah. But wow, that's amazing. So but
Well,
anyway, guys, yeah, I want to thank everybody that's showed up tonight. Dear God, I mean, yeah, I mean, frick, we had a lot of people. We had Phantom Outsider, and we had the lovely Sherry that dropped by earlier, and of course the Lost Wanderer and Penny, and of course John Riddle, who is still here as well, and we had Gap After Dark and Keely Chow and Sean Carter, and well, I mean, obviously Gary Ambrosia, and you, Andy, and Stone Loki, and Canadian Spider Man, and Rancor Steve, and God, we had Gary from Pop Culture Breakdown, and holy moly, and Pop Culture Republic as well in the chat, and I mean, we ended up having a lot of people here tonight, which is awesome. So, you know, oh yeah, that's right. And of course, everybody's favorite nurse. We had Wendy, Trauma Warrior, also in the chat. And yeah, no, I really want to thank all of you for showing up and for taking part in Titillating Tuesday 25. So, you know, and I know, see, it makes everybody snicker whenever I say that word. So, titillating. So, you know, and just poking your guys' brains, you know, why'd you start a YouTube channel? And, you know, what was that thought that just popped in your head that said, you know what? I'm going to do this on YouTube. And, you know, I really enjoy poking everybody's brains on that, and you know, saying a thank you to all of you that you know, either inspired me or, you know, brought me on their show and took a chance to just let me yak, or you know, offered advice, you know, hey, maybe do this or don't do that, or anything like that, you know. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here in the chat as well, and getting to know this awesome community after, you know, in August it'll be 2 years starting this. And you know, the amount of people I've met doing this has just been amazing. Really,
Yeah.
honestly, I could not fathom um you know, the virtual cornucopia of people that I've met and gotten to know doing this. You know,
Yep.
it's 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 kind of weird in a way, you know,
Yeah,
that
it's a whole other sphere of life.
yeah, you know, I mean, who thought that, you know, myself here in a small town just basically 40 minutes north of Calgary, Alberta, up here in Canada, would end up, say, talking to you, you know, all the way where you're at, or say where Gary's at, or Steve or Loki, or, you know, anybody, you know,
Yeah.
Raymond on his channel, or, you know, all these people here in the chat like John or Wendy or Lost Wanderer, or, you know, like everybody. It's amazing. And, you know, and I want to thank you all basically for 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 being there for me, really, you know. like I said to some people before they came on, think of it as a odd kind of non-gay love letter to all of you to say thanks. Um, you know, for being part of this community. It's really cool, really awesome. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, I'm going to check out.
All right.
I'm gonna
And
get some sleep.
yeah, that I hear you on that for sure. So guys, we're gonna call it a night for this titillating Tuesday, and next week, who knows what we're gonna be chatting about. Don't know, but I'll think of something, because like every titillating Tuesday, it's always on the cuff and on the fly, and it makes it more fun and exciting that way. So join me next Tuesday for another titillating Tuesday, and stay tuned for more videos coming up. Andy, why don't you plug your channel while you're here? While
I
you
have the
floor.
Laboratory of Mayhem, where I make toys and stuff.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So yeah, guys, so check out his channel. And for all of you here, I just want to say thank you and good night. Hit the like button, catch it on the replay, like and spread, and check me out either on Facebook under the Comic Relief Crusader. If you want to follow me on the Twitter, then on top of that, check me out at Michael _ Lorber on Twitter. If you have any nerdy designy needs of graphic design persuasion, then please email me at freelancegraph@hotmail.com. Also, Andy, yes, I want to say thank you for also dropping that line. So I'm talking to that guy also that needs that logo
Awesome.
done. So
Great.
yeah. So yeah, also, so thank you very much for that too as well. Yeah, leave a comment, spread the word, and well, we will see you next week. So night, everybody.